All right, y'all. Game's about to start. PJ Walker at Seattle. Let's see how this goes. Y'all know what it is.
But they've had to deal with a bunch of injuries, and PJ Walker has led back-to-back comeback wins. It has been a tough start for the Cleveland Browns. You go back to week 1, Jack Conklin, their best offensive lineman, and then you go to Nick Chubb, the heart and soul of this offense. It's built around the run, and then week 3, Deshaun Watson. So it's been a challenging start, but they've been finding ways to win. It has to do with Myles Garrett and that defense, but today, PJ Walker and that offense are going to have to put up some points. How do they perform in one of the toughest environments in the NFL? It's going to be very difficult. It's always coming out west to Seattle. On the other side of things, the Seahawks have been very good at home. They won 2 straight home games, had that bye, struggled against Cincinnati, and then we saw them bounce back. They've settled in to their 4-2 record. Yeah, it's funny. You get the schedule comes out, and you look at it, you're like, wow, our bye is really early, and it's kind of a bummer, but it came at a perfect time.
Make sure y'all hit that like button so more people can join. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
The defense is playing very, very well right now. And when you talk about Devin Witherspoon, and very good at home. They won 2 straight home games. Had that bye, struggled against Cincinnati, and then we saw them bounce back. They settled in to their 4-2 record. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into what Bruce is talking about. So numbers brought to you by Sleep Number.
Make sure y'all hit that like button so more people can join. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's going to be an interesting game on the offensive side of the ball. We'll see. I think PJ is going to have to be required to kind of take some chances here, but that's kind of the type of game that PJ likes to play, so hopefully that is in the favor in this Browns defense. Look, they had an off game last week. This is an opportunity to bounce back real strong against a good opponent. Make sure y'all hit that like on the road so more people can join. Make sure y'all hit that like. It's going to be an interesting game on the offensive side of the ball. We'll see right now. What is going on? Why am I hearing myself in the background? Hold on. All right. That was weird. I was hearing myself in the background for a minute. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that was off, whatever that was, so I wasn't echoing or nothing. That should be done now. Sorry about that. Game ain't even started, so I don't know why people are saying that.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football
League.
Babe, crank up the sound garden. It's the throwback day for the Seattle Seahawks for the first time.
Tough uniforms that the Seahawks got on today. He's nice.
Jersey for Seattle today.
Browns in our iconic throwback normals.
And he gets set to take the field. Goes royal blue and apple green. So we know Geno Smith's in the quarterback spot for the Seahawks. A little deeper into the Cleveland situation with Pam Oliver.
We got Pam Oliver.
Starting quarterback Deshaun Watson's injured right shoulder is keeping him out as this game of the season. Injured reserve has not been rolled out for him. They will see.
That's new news. So injured reserve has still not been ruled out for Deshaun. That's interesting.
winning. As for today's game, Walker told us the key for him is to not try to do too much, rely on his supporting hands on both sides of the ball.
So those back-to-back comeback drives against San Francisco to upset the 49ers, and then last week at against Indianapolis. Seattle won the toss and deferred, so Jason Myers will kick away. Pierre Strong back to return. Strong for the 5. Will get a chance.
Oof.
Special teams on the rookie, Sharon Reed the second.
They got Devin Bush over there. I forgot about him. All right, PJ, let's show something.
Where PJ Walker will start it up. This will be career start number 9 for the fourth-year man out of Temple. Got elevated from the practice squad a few times. They finally signed him to a contract this week.
Yeah, it's been a very non-traditional journey for PJ Walker to get to this point, and he's embraced every chance he's got. And he values this opportunity for the Cleveland Browns. And when you look at it statistically, those numbers aren't great, but I tell you what, these guys rally around him. And you mentioned the back-to-back wins over the last 2 weeks, the way he pulled those games out.
Good run, Kareem. Way to avoid getting knocked back. Don't look like much there, but that could have been -3 to start the drive. All right, let's see what we come out here in second down with. They got Bobby Wagner out there. Boy, Bobby Wagner has gotten big. We'll spread them out here.
21 and 33 over the field.
To the left for Walker, looking for
There you go.
Couple of yards shy of the line.
Third and short.
So set up a third down and short.
Don't pump though.
That's a great sign right there to get Amari Cooper into the game this early. I was like third quarter last week before he got his first target. So that's something that happens when you have the backup quarterback coming in. Some of those first-tier receivers, your starters, they're not used to playing with that quarterback. That quarterback's not used to throwing. He's going to go to guys he's more comfortable with. That's a little bit of a quarterback.
Off coverage at the top of your screen here.
Give it to him.
It just didn't happen. All right, punt.
Seahawks defense.
Punt.
Play call right there on the third and short situation. Let's get north and south right here. Watch how this play gets strung out on the outside. Everybody's just look at all
nothing.
Just pushing it to the next level. They're all on the same plane. I would have liked to have seen Cleveland get a little bit more downhill in that situation and try and punch a hole in that.
All right, it's punt.
So Marquez will kick away. DJ Dallas has to look directly into the sun to return this punt.
It is bright in Seattle right now.
Couple games, he's been excellent, and this is a strong punt. 51 yards.
All right, so they'll start at the 32. And that might be holding on them. That might come back 10, so 22.
DJ Dallas as the punt returner out here in Seattle.
Turn to return. Illegal block in the back. Proceeding to
Yeah, it's 15. Girly.
Dean Scrooge, who is active for his season debut today, gets tagged for it, so that'll push Geno Smith a little further back. Last week, a couple of touchdowns against Arizona, but the last 2 games, he's been really disappointed with himself because of the turnovers. 4 turnovers the last 2 games, a little uncharacteristic of Smith.
All right. See what this offense does.
Kind of between the 20s.
This is where the battle's going to be for the Cleveland Browns today. It's this defensive side for them. How they handle this. Do they bounce back well from last week? If they can't do well on this end, it's going to be tough for them to win. You can expect a run up the middle here on first down, right? No, they're going to throw. Geno pumps, throws out to Lockett, and that's going to be 5 yards on first down.
25 for a good game on first down, give him 6. Myles Garrett leads the charge for this Cleveland defense. They're still ranked number 1 in most categories, despite giving up a season high in points and yards last week.
And it's not all about Myles Garrett. He gets a lot of that credit, but this is very talented as a front across the board.
Run for Kenneth Walker.
Good defense there. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 3rd and medium for Seattle.
All right.
And that's going to be the big part here for this Seattle offensive line. A group that's really had challenges during the course of the start of the season. 5 different starting combinations, 9 different guys that started.
Let's get off the field here.
A defensive line that's very aggressive. The field penetrators.
Going to spread us out, put us in motion, communicate. Got pressure. Coverage just got beat by Lockett. All right, let's get him on the next set.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be part of the staple of this game, Adam.
It looked a little quick post.
Pressure the quarterback.
Good route. Good route.
You can see that release by Tyler Lockett. It's kind of a double move type. He's going to take that outside release and then come back to the slant based on that release.
All right, let's get him here.
But it happens quick enough that you're not holding that ball back there to Lockett.
Up the middle. Up the middle.
When you talk about this defense,
What happened?
you'll see when you watch him on film.
Abandon your spot.
Big runs, big pass plays down the field. Last week, a 59-yard touchdown, a 75-yard touchdown. So that's one of the areas when you're aggressive, you can get everybody on one level. And that's exactly what happened on that last play. And then Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah gets washed by Anthony Bradford. And now you've got a gaping hole for Kenneth Walker.
45-yard run, which sets Seattle up at the 16. And a timeout early used here.
By Seattle?
All the way down to 1.
First down, timeout. Yeah.
It's the first drive. Got to take the first drive with a grain of salt.
Carroll, at 72 years of age, still has the energy that everybody was raving about, was riding around on a scooter, apparently, around the facility earlier this week. He's got this team feeling good. He feels good. This club is right now. This is a spot where they need to improve when they get into the red zone offensively, especially what we've seen the last couple of games.
Yeah, you can see those numbers right there, and they're very, very lucky to come away with victories when you're performing that way in the most critical part of the field. So, and again, we talked about this is where Gino really needs to elevate. Don't press, and that's one of the things that he talks to his guys about. Listen, it's one of these areas of the field that we emphasize and we tell you how important it is, but you still got to relax. You got to play. Things are going to speed up. But don't put yourself out of position. Don't rush anything down.
All right, bad red zone offense versus not great red zone defense. Let's see what happens here.
10 last week against Arizona. Jumbo set for Seattle. Walker cutting it back for positive gain. Just a couple.
Is it fumble?
14-yard line.
They called him down 2 yards earlier.
Walker coming off his first 100-yard game of the season last week against the Cardinals.
But how excited was Pete Carroll to have Zach Charbonnet back?
Yeah.
And he really feels when you've got that punch, and he's a great compliment to Kenneth Walker. And I think there's some concerns, and rightfully so, when he's carrying the ball 26 times.
Nah, it's not that run wasn't the fault of the defensive line. That was the fault of JOK. Look, the D-line's going to have gaps in it, natural gaps. One-on-one here. Hold on. No good. No flag.
Good, tight coverage.
Nice coverage. Was that Martin?
Martin Emerson Jr.
Nice coverage, Martin. Way to use the sideline as a defender as well. Good job. He would have had his feet in, too, if he got to that. It's crazy.
Right there. So I love when the officials let the guys play in those one-on-one situations. So this should be a fun game to watch because we've got 2 really good secondaries. We've got 2 really good groups of wide receivers.
Charbonnet is back in. Bruce mentioned it. He missed last week's game with a hamstring issue against Arizona.
3rd and 8 here.
Smith steps it on. Finds he's got the first down.
New set. You had him there. You had him there.
First down and goal from the 2.
Well, when you get down in the red zone, Tyler Lockett's one of those guys you have to be able to keep your eye on. Where is he at? 16. Look at the space he's got around him. So he came in motion, just drifted out into that flat area, and nobody picked him up. Nobody got close enough to threaten that, so Geno Smith didn't want to go there. But that's back-to-back plays at him. But we're getting great pressure right up the middle. Geno Smith doing a good job getting that ball out quickly.
Spotted at the 3. First and goal. Oh,
Not great. Not great. All right, let's get it back here. Score.
This is a really good job by Jake.
Nice little end around there. Way to cut it in. And we're just way too aggressive on the defensive line at times. I think that's the problem. So look how far upfield everybody is. I think everybody's just a tad bit aggressive. Like, just wait for the play to develop. I think we're all trying to shoot to different answers. Just wait for the play to develop. You don't have to be, oh my God, did it almost get to that? You don't have to be that aggressive. All right, well, you knew you weren't winning this game 3-3. So you knew they were going to score at some point. Just because they scored early don't mean nothing. Just limit them for the rest of the game here. You know the offense going to have to put up points at some point, so let's do it. What? Yeah, defensively. I mean, like it's interesting, right? Because I've seen it multiple times from this defense where on that first drive, they will be so overtly aggressive. Like you saw it in San Francisco. I think you saw it against Baltimore. You even saw it against Pittsburgh. So like that first drive from this defense, they'll be so overly aggressive the entire drive. They get on the sideline, they come back, and they're much better at not being that aggressive. And it's one of these weird things with this defense that they just sometimes they get too hyped up for their own good. I think that was a drive where they got too hyped up for their own good. Had 2 chances to get off the field there on 3rd down, and forgot Tyler Lockett on 2 of them. Just too hyped up for their own good right there. But nothing I don't think can be corrected on the sidelines after that. So we'll see what the rest of this game looks like. For those of you joining in late, by the way, shout out to all 476 of you. Make sure y'all hit that like button. The inactives for this game for the Browns are Deshaun Watson, Cedric Tillman, Khalil Halisi, Jordan Wilkins, Ronnie Hickman, Isaiah McGuire, sorry about that, and Siaki Ika. And PJ Walker's going to be starting at quarterback. Also, you know that Jerome Ford is healthy for today's game, which we thought we were going to lose him for a couple weeks here. No other surprises on the inactive list. Jed Wills was listed as questionable all week, did not practice. He is out there right now. We'll watch and monitor that as we go on in this game. And it looks like even the Seahawks had a couple guys who were deeply questionable on their injury report that aren't. So.
1 year at UCLA runs a 4.99 40 time at his pro day in wet conditions. And a lot of teams are saying, we don't care about Jake Bobo. Well, Pete Carroll decides differently, and he's turned him into a viable option, his 3rd score already. Now to the 25. Look at this Cleveland Browns offense. A thrilling Texas Ranger win in Game 1. A resounding Arizona Diamondback win in Game 2. The scene will shift out west to Phoenix. It'll be Rangers and Diamondbacks. Game 3 tomorrow on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
I had a fun conversation on Friday with Sanjay Lau, the passing coordinator and offensive coach for the Seattle Seahawks, about Jake Bobo and that 4.99. He's like, listen, that was probably the worst 40 I've ever seen. He stood straight up. It was a wet surface. He spun his wheels like he was Fritz Flintstone trying to get it over.
Cleveland spun its wheels in its opening drive. They'll start this one from the 25.
Good throw. Oh.
In the hands Not the best throw, not the best catch.
Nah, that was a good enough throw, Coop.
Yeah, a little bit behind on the back shoulder with him coming into the middle of the field, but Amari Cooper will make this catch the majority of the time. And this is the margin for error. When you're playing with your backup quarterback on the road in a very, very difficult venue to play in, you can't have mistakes. That third and short run that got stretched out. Again, I don't like the play call. Go to work and set maybe step back position. That pass right there on first down really gets your offense moving in this series. You have to drop. And now you've got the crowd into the game at second and 10.
Nice draw call. Good run there.
Third down short by Kareem Hunt, who's playing his 5th game since signing.
Good call. All right, 3rd and 1. 3rd and 2.
September 20th, after that injury, got here strong in a trade with the Patriots in late August. Good forward thinking.
Got it. There it is. Good catch, Coop. Good catch, Coop.
And this is why it was so surprising to see that drop on the first play in this drive. This is what Amari Cooper is capable of doing. That's that hand get down out of bounds before that second knee comes down.
Well, you see Cleveland trying to hustle up and get the sample. Indeed they will.
Throw it out of bounds.
Bringing some real heat and the throw away for second down. Let's go back to the 20-yard reception for Cooper.
Great job. Not just that part right there, getting the possession.
Knee down.
Knee down. Secures that. He's in bounds before that hand comes down outside and then completes the process. Well done, Amari Cooper.
With our leading receiver. Strong is in as one of 5 of the pack. Seattle bringing extra pressure. The ball is out. And the Seahawks have it. Brian Murray has it.
And boy, it hurt himself. Was that a fumble?
Jordan Brooks.
Let's look at the replay.
What a great job by Jordan Brooks coming from the outside. Nice, Darryl Taylor.
He got 2-on-1.
Great job.
2-on-1. What happened? What did nobody shift the line over pre-snap? Because there's no reason Jets should have 2-on-1. That should have been a pre-snap shift. So that's a bad protection.
Boost, this defense has just gotten a little bit better and a little bit better. 19 sacks in their last 3+ games. That one next to a turnover.
And that's losing Uchenna Nwosu, who Pete Carroll said, listen, his production was really starting to pick up, but his leadership, his professionalism every single day at practice is what we're really going to miss. And for this defense to just not miss a beat since he's been out during the course of the track and then coming into this game.
All times it's out for Smith, but nothing open downfield. Right at the very last moment for Tyler Lockett, who holds up at the Cleveland 25.
All right, Cleveland. You got to keep your eyes on number 16. I know he's shifting, and it's hard to keep a sight on all the time, but when these plays break down, somebody's got to locate him because that's where Gino's eyes are going to go to. He's the best adjuster when things break down.
Talked to a lot of defensive players who all said similar things about Gino's.
All right, got to limit the damage here. Good technique. Good technique, A-Walk. Good technique, A-Walk. Great technique on that. Way to play that.
Suspension for violating the conduct policy following a domestic violence incident back in August. Eskridge is active for the first time this year, and he gets his first touch.
And that's played well on the opposite side by Zadarius Smith. Kind of sees that coming, gets upfield, really kind of makes that a hard play, forces Eskridge to kind of run that bubble on the outside.
Smith,
You getting screened now? Are you serious?
Second 15, move the chains with a 19-yard screen play.
Again, we're talking about this aggressive defense. The defensive line gets up the field, and that allows your offensive line to just kind of slip them real quick and get outside and help on these wide receiver screens. So right now, a really nice job of play calling by Shane Waldron against this defense that's very aggressive moving forward.
Well, Seattle is dealt with a lot of injuries on the offensive line. Anthony Bradford is being tended to for the Seahawks.
They got an injury on the O-line.
Geico makes car insurance easy as getting stuffed up during allergy season.
Yeah, limit them to 3, hopefully here. You keep this to 10. It's going to be tough acts to come back from 10-0 though. DeAndre says, how is it that we can see the blitz coming from TV and realize Njoku should be open for a quick pass, but PJ can't see it right in front of him? I mean, to be fair, we have a better angle of their defense from the TV copy than they have from the field. That's why the offensive coordinators usually be in the box. So that's not anything exceptional. That's just vantage point. But yeah, I mean, they probably know it's coming, but they're trying to guess if it is, how many are coming, where are they coming from. You know, they got to do a better job of knowing where that pressure's coming from, communicating on the offensive line. And to be honest, that's been his offensive line's weakest point, is communication through all 5 members. His stunt twist have given us hell all year on the offensive line. And now, you know, just a simple overload on one side. You leave Jed Wills there with 2 edge rushers on both of his shoulders. I don't know what you expect him to do there. That should have been kick slided down. I don't know whose responsibility that is when PJ Walker's in the game. I would think it's Joel Bitonio's responsibility. If that is on Joel, then I think Joel will correct it. But the question is, like, you know, how much does correcting it right now really matter? Because you just need to be able to stop the bleeding at this point and just get out the first quarter, hopefully, you know, down a single score. But it hasn't been a great start. I mean, for either side of the ball, I think offensively, honestly, it's been a better start for them than the defense. Defense got driven down on pretty easily on that first drive, which is the first drive here, but the second drive is not looking any more difficult for Seattle on this one. Granted, they got the ball on a turnover, but we've seen this defense look a lot better in those situations than what they're looking like now.
Geico.
The rookie out of LSU did come off the field. He was loosening up again with Jason Peters. They do bring Jake Curhan in, who started 4 games at right tackle this year. He'll play right guard. Some chunk plays for Seattle on their first couple of trips already. They're setting up at 1st and goal. Let's see Myles Garrett out there. Hasn't been out there for most of his drive. There's Walker. Smith kept it. Good save. He might be on that too, but this wasn't full. The Cleveland.
He's 2nd and long.
Coach Schwartz would be on it.
You gotta have gap discipline, me. You gotta have gap discipline.
That's a tough spot for Jake Bobo. You're going to come in on your block, and I can see what he was hesitating for. He's worried about, you know, getting, you know, that, you know, a clip, you know, coming from the inside out to crack that block. So actually a pretty good job. I'm not getting the flag thrown, but it's just good position.
Let's get some pressure here.
Third down and goal. So Cleveland has been so good overall this season. They have had all these excellent games, and then all of a sudden last week things kind of fall off the rails. The big plays are starting to heat up against them, and that's been the case early. Very early so far, but that's been the case early.
A lot of bad numbers there in that last week, Tom. But for me, the biggest one is 8 20-plus plays. And that's been something that's been there. And we had a big 45-yard run by Kenneth Walker already in this game. So that's something that they've had problems with. It's another one that showed up here this afternoon.
Garrett was still excellent last week. Here he comes.
Oh, he.
Geno Smith.
Pressure.
Spins away from the pressure. Throws it to the...
Damn. You desperately need to score here. You get 3, you can keep it alive.
Zadarius Smith
Good pressure there.
He was inside. My apologies. There's the difference right there. 92.
And Greg Newsome gets beat.
Smith to the ground, and he does it. And
good job by extending, man. Like, you don't get him the first time. He's going to extend on you, make a play, and that's what Geno Smith has been doing very well in Seattle. You got to make that tackle. Got to finish the play. All right.
Start off the blocks and the throwbacks for Geno Smith and Tyler Lockett. He's already got 5 grabs from Geno Smith, including the touchdown. 14-0.
You are not related. There's no ancestry connecting you. But look at us.
Is that Ravens game on national TV today? Yeah, it is. Wow. It's a crazy national TV game. I'm looking for the little split box with the Ravens game and the Browns game in it too. Can't find it. If I could just get those 3 plus red zone, I'd be all right. But it looks like I can only get the 1 split box. Just kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean, do I even need to say it's just not a great start offensively? You get the turnover there. I mean, like, it's one thing to get stopped. I'm not going to be upset at the offense with the backup quarterback to get stopped. Can't fumble. Can't fumble there, PJ. PJ fumbles on the strip sack. Makes a bad play even worse. And that was basically down to protection. They don't even slide to adjust for the blitz for whatever reason. Don't know why. And then defensively, I mean, they didn't look great against Indy, but this is about as bad as they've looked all year. So, yeah. Hopefully this is the extent of it, but this is they haven't looked worse defensively, I would say that. Maybe they've looked equally as bad, but they haven't looked as this bad in a while. So they got to figure that out. But not the greatest first 8 minutes of football we've ever seen.
To a shorter field, 6 plays later, Tyler Lockett with a touchdown. He's already got 5 catches and 3 third down conversions from Geno Smith. It's not as good of a start as Seattle could have asked for. It's the first time they've had a touchdown on their first 2 drives since week 4 of last year. The little end around for Jake Bobo, the fumble, which eventually leads to the
empty hand.
It's just been a great start, and you can't script it any better. And it's the one thing that couldn't happen to Cleveland, because you fall behind at this venue and you get this crowd into it, it just gets that much harder at the line of scrimmage. And that was already going to be challenging for PJ Walker in this environment. This is a huge possession right here for the Cleveland Browns. They can't just get yardage and create field position in their favor. They've got to get points right now.
Way to get north, Kareem. Way to get north.
To Seattle's favorite daughter, Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Oh, thanks, Adam. In a battle of 2 teams from New York, it featured 24 punts. Greg Zuerlein wins it for the Jets in overtime as they move to 4-3, and the Giants fall to 2-6 on the season. 4-2-5 forever. That's my area code.
You got it, my friend.
All right, 2nd and 6. Get little chunks by little chunks. Small pieces. Small pieces.
Clark is in the game for Seattle.
Going empty. All right, there in 2. Take it. There we go. Wait, good to be patient. Okay, to be patient. Smart, smart, smart. Let's keep going. Low chunks, low chunks.
Pass rusher, you use the screen against him, and it's exactly what the Browns did on that play. You put Kareem Hunt on Frank Clark, number 57. You're going to come in, you're going to block.
Block, 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 slip.
And then jump
Boom.
to the screen.
Chosen says chat is toxic. I haven't even looked.
This afternoon.
I haven't even looked. All right. 1st and 10 here. Play action. Get rid of it. Oh, back to Pierre Strong. Nice run, Pierre. And he has space. Big play. Big play, Pierre. Nice. Way to stay in there, P. Way to stay in there. Good catch, Pierre. Look at that. This is a tough catch by Pierre Strong, too. Turning, alert, and then once he cuts and gets downfield, he's explosive.
They do it with wide receivers, running tight ends. It's the biggest part of the offense, and there's the big play. Back-to-back.
Let's run it with Reem here.
His first catch of the season. Sets up Cleveland in the red zone.
Or is Pierre still in there? Give somebody a touch. Throw it out. Oh, wow. Great throw. And that's in. Way to answer. Needed it bad. Wow.
Did he get in? He's on top of the defense.
Yeah, that's in, and he slides in. Tutty.
He's in, clearly in. You're exactly right. Being on top of the defender was
That's Tutty.
He was able
Wow.
to break that plane
Great call.
without touching the ground.
That was great play calling by Kevin on that drive. That was tremendous play calling right there.
You slip that tight end right into the middle of the field. You've got pursuit.
Wow, what a series of play calls right
Here
there.
comes the tight end right
Wow.
in the middle of the field.
Ran over Julian Love and used him as a surfboard to get
Oh.
in the end zone.
Is that why some people were saying chat's toxic because chat was saying the game's over already? Y'all know chat will be down 3-0 and be like, game's over. Don't listen to chat. Chat don't know what the fuck they talking about. First time I've really looked at chat, some of the people are just on a mission to be miserable from the alarm. LOL. A lot of game left, folks. Yeah, man. Look, man. Chat just gonna be chat. Chat's very reactionary. I mean, it's a chat.
Just need AI. It needs the right AI for your business. Introducing Watson X, a platform designed to multiply output by tailoring AI to your needs. When you Watson X your business, you can train, tune, and deploy AI, all with your trusted data. Let's create the right AI for your business with Watson X. IBM, let's create.
Rated mature.
That was a Kevin Stefanski play calling masterpiece. I mean, like what, 3? Was that 4 screens that they got on that play? They got 4 screens, dog. That was crazy play calling. Now, again, that's not going to be the most sustainable way of moving the ball downfield, but it does keep the game going. It calms everybody down. Defense now, wake up. Find Tyler Lockett. Find a solution for him. Wake up. Stop that. Get them off the field here. Get the offense back on there. See what they can do. I think you can move the ball versus the Seahawks defense. I really do. Leave PJ in the gun and let's see what happens from there. Yes, sir. I mean, look, you can't win playing scared. That was a crazy, crazy play calling. Tried there. Like everything he called just smacked, dog. Like that's nuts. Not gonna have that happen all game. But you know, it is what it is. You just gotta figure out a way to power through. Rex Fortune says people need to learn it's okay to step away if things are taking a toll on mental health. Football ain't worth it if it's ruining your week. Yeah, sometimes I worry, like, because like chat, sometimes like some of the people in chat, not everybody, but some of the people in chat be so mad. And then like these people will show up in the comment section like still mad throughout the week. And I'm like, maybe they just taking something out. And maybe it's not indicative of a large problem, but there is something there.
An offense.
All right, let's play defense here.
Get your motion out here. That's going to be one. Now you're going to take
That looked like a dead call. Like, hey, so many layers to it. My God. And he just slipped David Njoku underneath. Goodness great. Was that the plan?
So you spread your out to the perimeter screens and everybody starts chasing. But you've got Jordan Brooks coming right up the middle, unblocked. Great job by PJ Walker standing in there, making that throw. Jordan Brooks was the guy who had the strip set on the last position.
Deshaun Watson fired up after a 4-play response. Still on the roll.
All right, now we just letting basic shit beat us. Like, what's going on? Just basic shit. That's a play. That's a basic play, y'all. Come on. Njoku getting TJs with no TDs with no eyebrows. Let's go, man. Appreciate you doing for Chubb.
Guys and good blockers, you can use that motion, and you're bringing them in, and they're a part of your run game, and then you use that element.
All right, let's settle the fuck in defense.
Is in there. Jason Peters is in the game at right tackle for Seattle.
Holding. Holding or offsides. Screen, fake touchdown, fake screen touchdown, slide. Yeah, that was crazy. This gonna be on JP.
There's Peters, 41 years of age.
Yeah, I was about to say Maurice Hurst's been lined up in the neutral zone the last 3 plays. I wonder if they was gonna call it. They finally called it.
Good at first down. So Peters is in there, the oldest active player in the NFL, 20th season out of Arkansas. 241st career game for Peters, who's getting some run after getting elevated this week.
So we're at Friday practice, and we've got our rosters there, and we're watching the offensive line go through drills, and you're like, what? I never said this.
So, here's okay.
I look down, you're like, oh, that explains it. Jason Peters, absolutely.
Smith, the deep drop, looking for something deep.
Come back. Get your hands up, man. You were there. You were in position. Just.
Great job on the release by DK Metcalf. And really poor job by Martin Emerson.
Just get your arms up.
A little wiggle to the inside, but he's got to be more physical. I don't know why you allow a release like that when you've got no help over the top. And listen, that is one of Geno Smith's wheelhouse throws. One-on-one, deep down the field, he drops it right in.
He's in that same direction. That was too tall for Metcalf. But he's second down and 10. Another big play allowed by this Cleveland defense. A marked change from what we saw the first 5 weeks.
And prior to that, that play that we were talking about, Jason Peters, with the run play to Zach Charbonnet, missed tackles. A lot of times this Cleveland defense is coming for big hits, and they're not wrapping up.
There you go.
That time he did get wrapped up by Jordan Elliott for a loss, so it'll be third down. Still get first down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, one of those guys inside. Jordan Elliott, you watch film on the Cleveland Browns, and yeah, you're going to see Myles Garrett doing a lot of stuff, and Darius Smith around the quarterback. And your eyes will come to number 96 inside. He is a force, and another good fit for this Jim Schwartz style defense where it's up the field penetrating.
It's been the third down position for Seattle today. All 3 conversions. He's on the near side.
Watch that right side. They get good protection, good coverage. There we go, Martin. Better.
Defense.
All right, it's going to force a field goal.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, we talked about this on.
It's much better, Martin.
Situations, let the guys play. A little bit
Push.
hand checking, trying to establish.
Still get your hands up there. Use your lane.
Miles Garrett and Damian Lewis with some exchanged comments in his first half. Maybe he was just asking about his Halloween costume. "32-yard try coming for Jason Myers. To a tough start this year, but he's been 2-6.
All right.
3 straight scoring drives in the first quarter.
Not the worst case scenario in the world. You got 17 there. All right, let's get some points. Continue. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. Oh my God. Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles. Another Achilles tear. It's weird.
Continues to wait on the sideline, dealing with that right shoulder.
Stabilize the game here.
Miles Garrett has led this Cleveland deep.
Now, I don't think you have to score on this drive. You would love to score every drive if you could, but they got to figure out a way to stabilize the game here. You know what I mean? Like, just let the Seahawks score sit where it is, right? I think that's more important than putting points up at this point. Is the defense has to figure out a way to turn the faucet off for a little while.
You know that Miles Garrett does love this time of year. It's his favorite time of year. He came in as the quarterback reaper 2 years ago with that cape on with all the quarterbacks that he had sacked in his career to that point. Comes in as Vecna from Stranger Things last year on Halloween. And this year from Jeepers Creepers, under the radar horror movie. He's freaking some people out today as he often does. He loves Halloween. He's going to try to step his game up today. Once again, he's been excellent the last few years. Hoping his offense can get something good for the 25.
Up here, strong in the game.
Rhythm throw on he and the receiver Elijah.
Now on the same page. All right.
Wagner was bringing some pressure as well on PJ.
Yeah, a lot going on that route right there. And that seems to be one of those routes that's going to take quarterback and wide receiver a little bit of time. I think that Elijah Moore had a little bit of freedom at the top of that route on how to break it off and just not in sync with his quarterback.
Strong motions out.
All right, too high. Take the under. Good defense. Good defense. All right, 3rd and 10 here.
Just a great job. And a lot of times you think about that matchup and you've got quarterback against inside linebacker, and hey, that's going to go to the wide receiver. Look at Bobby Wagner. All the shifts and shakes by Amari Cooper, and he can't get rid of 54.
One of the best linebackers in Seahawks history.
You got what you want. Go to Coop here.
On 3rd down, Walker floats it. Cooper saves.
Yep.
Same result.
There it is. You got what you wanted.
Amari Cooper with another
Good job, Coop.
grab. 22
Good job.
The chains on 3rd down.
Way to see it. Hey, PJ, great job staying in the pocket, stepping up, hitching, and getting that football out. It's in.
You know, it's kind of that coverage.
Look at this job here, right? They flush him. He steps in and just stands tall, makes that throw, and throws a beautiful ball there, too.
What a nice throw by PJ Walker.
Way to throw that, PJ. Way to sling it. You're slinging. All right. Let's run it. Let's run it. Try to get 2 here. Good run. Good run, Pierre.
First down as he takes it to the 41-yard line.
Job, Pierre.
Teller, excellent blocking from the guard position.
All right, like it. Love what I'm seeing from PJ today. Outside the one strip fumble, really been standing tall in the pocket, making some really tough throws, getting good spin on the football whenever he's wanted to, still staying poised in the pocket despite being hit multiple times. And then Pierre Strong continues to be somebody that keeps popping up. And it's like, hey, man, might want to give him more of a chance at running back, because every time we see him, we like what we see so far, or at least the majority of the times we see number 20 in the game, we love what we're seeing. So good stuff there. But yeah, I really like what we're seeing from PJ, taking some shots, being smart. Hasn't really thrown anything dangerous yet, but you know, I give him the whole game before you give him credit for that, right? So far, so good. I even think the offensive line been doing a good job making guys run arcs so that you can't just get to them that way. But yeah, I really do think that offensively, much better game so far. I mean, even the one drive where they had the strip sack, they got all the way to the 40. They've been able to move the ball. And Pierre's a really explosive guy. I went back to watch him, what he looked like at South Dakota State. And he's one of those dudes that like get downfield, can cut. The thing with Pierre Strong is I don't think he has great contact balance. Like, you remember Dearness Johnson had some of the better contact balance you'll ever see. Pierre Strong just doesn't have great contact balance. So like if he gets hit, he's stumbling, he's falling, like more than likely. But he does have good vision and great explosiveness that I like a lot. And I can see why he was a 3rd round pick. Because of that explosiveness. And I think that pairs well with Jerome Ford, and I think that pairs well with Kareem Hunt. Preston Herring says Pierre needs more touches. Guy's so explosive. Yeah, I think he's being used well, and I think you can consider using him even more because he has been looking pretty decent so far. So I wouldn't be opposed to it. Yeah, but PJ's been good today, man. Like, I think PJ's really, I like what I see so far. We'll see. We'll see what we get in the second quarter. But so far, so good from PJ Walker. Defense needs to show up, though. We're not winning this game, but the defense does not show up.
Cleveland and Seattle moving up to second place by their lonesomes in the AFC North and NFC West. Both would be wild card teams in the playoffs for start today. Opportunity to try to keep pace. San Francisco's in the late window right now. Against Cincinnati. First set out to the 41 of Seattle for the Browns.
So first down. Good shovel. Good call. Good call, Kev.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson was in at quarterback there. The rookie out of UCLA. What started the game.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Remember in my film breakdown, I was like, there is something funky going on with PJ Walker and these little tosses, and he's flicking them way too damn hard. That's your evidence right there. They put DTR in just to do a shovel pass. Get off the block. Got it. First down.
Close to the sticks.
Yeah, I would much rather have Kareem in those spots, though.
The Bengals have nothing for the 17th straight game. Christian McCaffrey finds the end zone that ties an NFL record. Niners Bengals tied at 7.
He had a touchdown against Cleveland a couple of weeks ago, but then had to exit the game in the second half. The Browns were able to upset the Niners and then lost to Minnesota.
Oh, they called it short?
Jumbo set again. 7 offensive linemen for Cleveland.
Yeah, that's why Kareem's in the game. Kareem is that guy when it comes to short yardage.
First and 10 for Cleveland.
Yeah, just a nice little slide to the outside by Kareem Hunt, because you're going to see everybody's going to come in and they're going to block down this way. And watch him just slide out to the outside just a little bit, finds that soft spot. Devin Witherspoon coming up to try and fill that, but it's a little bit too late. It's a step late on that.
The rotation's starting to develop itself.
James Hudson came in. Still Hunt in the backfield. PJ Walker at the controls.
You see where they're over. You see where they're over. Slide, slide, slide.
Seahawks bring a late blitz.
Good throw.
Good throw to the outside for Jordan Akins, his 4th grab of this season. He picks up.
Keep slinging. Keep slinging.
That's a good sign right there. You know, PJ Walker, we talked about this venue and how difficult it is to play here, how loud this crowd can get. And there was some communication right there, a change, seeing that blitz coming, getting to a better play, and then making the completion.
Could be so conscientious at the time on the play clock. You need some time to be able to communicate without having to yell through. You need hand signals and siren counts. Right back to Hunt.
It was there, just didn't hold long enough. All right, 3rd and 2. Where are we at? We're definitely in field goal range, right?
This Cleveland offense has been built around the
You're in field goal range. You taking Njoku off the field?
but it's still
No, you put him on. You're running.
This Seattle defense has really focused on getting better against the run. They were not good last year. They are much better this season. A top 10 run defense in the league. That's going to be one of the big pressure points in this game.
Plays like this, 3rd and 2. Walker.
Oh, PJ.
Tariq Woolen leak as he's was trying to get in there for the pick. Leak is saying he's got it. Let's see.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why David Njoku thinks that he has the ball and it's Cleveland's ball.
Well, he's not down.
That's
a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. He's not down. Nobody touched him.
The interception recovered by the defense. 1st down.
Wait, nobody touched him. He wasn't down yet.
Does he hit the ball or the player? I think he knocks the ball loose.
Challenge that.
Challenge
that. Challenge that.
Could be potentially a fumble. By
Yeah.
Every turnover is reviewed, so this will be reviewed by the booth. Could it be?
If that ends up being a fumble and recovery for David Njoku, that's a great play. But yeah, I think he got all ball. I think he got all ball here. Yeah, PJ's got to let that one go there. He's got to let that one go. I mean, we just have a problem with that in this quarterback room for whatever reason. We got to let that one go, right? You got to know you're 3rd and 2. You're down by 10. You're in field goal range. You're on the road. It's either it's there or it's not. You can't try to go cross your body to make that throw. And that's been something that I've seen consistently with every quarterback that's played this year, that they don't just let it go, right? DTR doesn't let a play go for whatever reason. PJ Walker not letting plays go. Deshaun Watson, not like we have to, somebody, the quarterback coach has to get in there and let these dudes know that the ability to make a big play is not as important as playing situational football. Especially in the situation the Cleveland Browns are in. You gotta let it go. You just got to. We'll see what happens. It's such an uncommon thing to have happened that I would be surprised if they ruled that in the Browns' direction. But I do think if we're just going off of what should go down, that should be a fumble because he was not downed. He caught that, fell to the ground. Not college football. You're not downed automatically. Nobody touched him to put him down. The ball got put loose, and that's a fumble. If he were rolling to the ground and dropped the football in that same manner and David Njoku didn't force a loose, that would easily be a fumble by him. Or would it be an incomplete pass? Or are they going to rule possession? I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't even know if they got a rule for that, to be honest with you.
Who leads the league?
Like it's so weird that I find it difficult.
Ruling an interception on the field. Dean Blandino's with us. Down by contact ruling here, Dean.
Yeah, the key here is to one, complete the catch, which he does. He maintains control. He rolls over. Now, as soon as Njoku touches anything, the ball, him, a player on the ground,
Yeah, it's over. It's a fumble. All right, hold here. Hold here. Yeah, it just seemed like too niche of a thing to get that call. All right, hold them here. They're back at the 10. PJ throws writing before the ruling is made.
With 6 as a rookie last year.
Yeah, just a little bit beyond David Njoku on that.
Nah, it wasn't an interception for a first down. But get the ball back here.
He hit that clean and knocked it loose. Potential for a fumble.
On second down, another give.
Let's stop.
Walker, good penetration by Maurice. First to second. Stops.
All right, 37. They're throwing. You know they're throwing.
Third down. And a long 5.
Skip Miles on Jason
Starting
Peters.
to kind of get that coordination of the linebacker level and the defensive line kind of moving in rhythm. Where in the beginning of this game, the first quarter, they were kind of getting caught on that same plane. And we saw it on the big run by Kenneth Walker.
Examination. Looking at UCLA. Cleveland showing a little bit of pressure on Cadence. They bring forward to the spot. Smith.
Pick that. There you go. Good defense, Greg. Great defense there. All right. There you go. Stabilize the game.
And again, I really like that the officials are letting them play right there. You can see just some hand checking right there. What a great job by Greg Newsom.
Good job, Greg.
Hand-eye coordination, watching that ball come all the way in and able to get a deflection on it.
Watch the fake.
So
Elijah Moore returning this punt.
Change, right? When you have a turnover by your offense, the defense responds with a 3-and-out.
Yeah, the sudden change situation, you don't want that offense to go out and kind of build on it. And the Browns defense didn't let him do that.
Punt. 59-yarder, and Elijah Moore taking it to the far center of the field.
Okay.
Turn it into a positive play in special teams. Good response by the Cleveland defense against Geno Smith. Browns down 10 with 10 to play.
Yeah, PJ, you don't want that one back, buddy. You don't want that one back. You just can't throw that. You just can't throw that. And again, it's been a mistake that I've seen from every quarterback in this room. DTR, PJ Walker, Deshaun Watson, all just taking ill-advised throws to try to make a play happen. And sometimes it works out, right? Like that touchdown to David Njoku was a bit of an ill-advised throw that a play happened because of it. But you get that more often than not, where you throw an interception or something like that. And you just got to play the situation, you know. 3rd and long, I don't mind it because we're down 14. We desperately need a score. Hey, be a playmaker. Down 10, it's a little bit more of a different situation. I would just like it if we can get the points there. Well, he didn't touch the ball. Like he didn't slide. He got the hand of the DB before he got to the ball. He didn't cleanly get the ball. And it's one of those things where it's like it's just such a hard ruling to get because you can also say that he was down or declared himself down by how he went down. I don't know. I can see how it didn't go the Browns' way. And honestly, I would have been more shocked if it did go the Browns' way than didn't. Yeah, but David touched the hand of the DB first. If you go back and look at the TV copy when they have the slow motion from that angle when it came back from commercial break, you'll see that David touched the hand of the the defensive back before he touched the ball, and at that point, David Njoku has tagged him down. Not the ball first, right? So. Now, I don't know if the ball's an extension of the runner in those kind of situations. That's deeper in the rule book lore than I know. But I understand why that was called that way because he was clearly tagged down if you look at the slow-mo.
2002, replacing the Kingdom, it's become one of the great home field advantages in all the NFL when Seattle defense has responded a couple of times with a couple of takeaways today. That'll put a little scare in offensive coordinators on the other side, too. Got some folks from the dog pound that made the trip out west. PJ Walker offense. He's had fumble and pick already today. 10 to early second. The 33 is Henry Hunt.
Q, you are a football genius. I'm not a football genius, but thank you, Jim. Appreciate the support.
Games are won on third down. Games are lost on third down. Games are won in this column, the turnover differential column so far. Those other three teams, by the way, have a combined 9-14 record.
Yeah, this is the biggest indicator. When you lose the turnover. So it's amazing what this Browns team has been able to do with the turnover ratio that they're right now. And still be sitting at 4-2, but they've got
Too high. Hey, watch the safety. See if you got Coop. No. Check out. There you go. There you go. That's a good run.
2 touchdowns last week at Indianapolis, including the go-ahead touchdown.
Hey, keep reaming the game. Keep reaming the game. Go short yardage. You know what to do.
Now 5 games.
Yeah, just a really good job by the guys inside on these combination balls. Just doing a really good job. You know, it's a draw play, but it's still that double team and then climbing to that second level that's really giving them an opportunity to get these longer runs.
Another 4th and short. We've got a bunch of them today. Deep drop, PJ Walker. Stepping up.
Just run. He's down.
Mario Edwards brings him down.
All right.
At the 48-yard line.
Good run, PJ.
Nice job by James Hudson, staying with this one on the side here, working against Darrell Taylor. It looks like he's going to be able to bend around the edge right there, but just keeps working his feet and is able to push him by the pocket and allow PJ Walker to step up.
Toss play for Hunt. Reverse for Moore. Reverse flea flicker for Walker. And nothing.
Yeah, nothing. They got it all covered.
Miles Adams was bringing some heat, so.
Was anything open?
Pam Oliver's down the field to get a little bit more of this Cleveland running game.
Yeah, I did want to talk about that. I talked to Browns running back coach Steph Mitchell, and I asked him, how the way he's looking? He said, really good. There's no specific pitch count for him today. He's dealing with that. Was rested up a little bit this week. But running back, we want him forward to today with his fast recovery from that ankle injury.
That's a pretty good back, too. He had some key carries. But we'll stay with the Cardinals.
Yeah, they had 8 in there.
Good penetration by Bobby Wagner. One of the best tacklers since he's been in the league. Now 12 seasons out of Utah State. The first 10 with the Seahawks, last year with the Rams.
Let's see what they come out in.
One of the big reasons why this team is so much better against the run this year than they were last year. And we'll get that tested out here today. Jerome Ford, 156 yards the last 2 games for the Browns. Now having him in there is going to be something that they're going to miss with the ability to produce at that level. But I think he's on the field right now.
Ford is in there. Here comes Mbappe. They got rid of it to the tackle, and he gets chased down.
Hey, this is go for it range. At the 43, 53, it's a 58-yard field goal. I don't know what the wind's like there in Seattle. Yeah, they're going back out there. Good catch, David.
Just talked about him getting a little bit of a shoulder release. You don't want him free to your quarterback.
Come out here and empty. Okay. Hey, you got what you want up top. Look at him. Check 2.
Walker, come back around.
They threw the flag. They threw the flag. There you go. They threw the flag.
This will go against Reek Woolen.
I think the big thing here is Reek Woolen didn't get his head around at all to track that ball coming in.
Keep it on 27. Spike foul. Automatic first down.
Just one-on-one.
Anytime you get Coop one-on-one, you just want to give him a chance to catch it because he can also be crafty, get a pass interference too.
So we talked about the beginning of the game, the referees letting them be a little bit more physical on the outside.
Especially on fourth down.
They didn't want cross, and they felt that Rick Will crossed it on that.
Pete Carroll did not feel the same. It's
Not agreeing with it either.
Hey, look how tight they're in this box.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, spread them out a little bit. Yeah, good run.
It's way inside the 35. Opened up 4 on first down for this Cleveland offense. I believe the Miami Dolphins have had a better overall rushing attack this season than Cleveland. And as Pam talked about, through injury, through multiple backs, getting carries over the course of this year.
It's amazing how productive they are. When you lose your best run blocker in Jack Conklin, and then you lose the heart and soul of your offense, in my opinion, Nick Chubb. I mean, he was playing so well to start the season, and you're still as productive as they have been since that time in the run game. It's a credit to them.
Nick Harris.
Good cut. Good run.
Picks up 7 down to the 26-yard line. Second-year man out of South Dakota State, the former New England Patriot, running behind Harris.
Yeah, you're just going to kind of stretch it here, and then you're going to wrap back around. So a really good job of not getting too fast to the point of attack. And you see everything just kind of wash. Then you just come right in behind that wave of your offensive line and tight ends moving across formation.
I don't think people realize the 4-2 with the 8. You have to be a good team. This is a good team. Relax, people, says Ray Rags. Appreciate you, Ray. I'd be smart here. Was that a false start? Just get rid of it. Oh, he's got him. No. Now, are they going to call false start? Oh, roughing the passer, half the distance. All right, put Ream in. We know what to do. Put Ream in.
It's only going to be a 1-yard penalty after all that, but Walker stood in again.
Wow.
I tell you, it's just a great job. Here comes 97 right up the middle, and you can see the hit right there. How many times have we seen this afternoon already?
Yeah, ear hold to the helmet. He ear hold him.
Make the throw with the pressure coming right.
I didn't think that shit was there. Good job, PJ. All right, put Ream in.
Sets it up at the 2. The penalty puts it at the 1. Extra offensive linemen are in there again. With Hunt the tail of the tandem. Harris motions.
Yeah, you got the left.
Walker keeps it. Under pressure. Flips it away.
Good job.
The Joker wanted a flag as he had Mick below the line.
The Joker. He's been waiting all week for it. More than just this week.
The former Washington Husky.
There you go, easy. Great drive. Great drive. Good job there. All right. Hey, way to survive a tough first quarter for the Cleveland Browns. Everybody had you out. Way to survive it. Get this game back to 3. Reset it. Hopefully you get another stop here. But way to survive a crazy first quarter. They're starting to figure it out offensively, what they can and cannot be without Nick Chubb or without Deshaun Watson, what they have. They're starting to figure themselves out. And extra point is good. 14-17 Seattle.
Kareem Hunt back in the end zone. And P.J. Walker continuing to stand strong in the pocket today for Cleveland.
Hurry up, the game's about to start.
We're underway. He's marching down the field. The defense is unraveling before our eyes. What a play. Oh, looks like he's hit a snag. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. I've never seen anything like it.
Much. The offense, the last 2 times they've been out there, I think I've liked what I've seen. Obviously, the last 3 times, right? 2 scoring drives. 1 drive, you get to like the 10. But, PJ throws an ill-advised interception there. You would like if he didn't, because you'd be thinking about the game being tied right now. But still, look at what they've done the last 3 drives. It really does give you a lot of hope going forward about what they're going to be able to put together offensively. There was a lot of panicking going on when it comes to what the Browns can or cannot do at quarterback without Deshaun Watson there. But Kevin continues to find ways to manufacture some offense, and I thought that there were many more ways that the offense could have been manufactured against Indy if we just
No, they'll change to Damian Lewis, 68 instead. Who also came back last week after he missed a game. He got tagged for illegal use of hands, so that negates that pickup and first down for Lockett.
All right, we're back. Woo! Yeah, OBS froze on me.
Last week, they didn't have Lewis 2 weeks ago. They just got Charles Cross back 3 games ago. So a lot of flux for the Seattle offensive line.
Yeah, I can't tell you how challenging that is. The one group that needs to be continuity as a group is the offensive line. And so many moving pieces have made that so challenging for Seattle.
2nd and 20, Charbonnet against the screen pass. And JOK, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, was the first man to contact him.
But also a really nice job by Okoronkwo on that play as well. And when you're coming in to rush the quarterback and you see that screen, to be able to retrace and disrupt it.
Down long, slam, fumble there, but
it's nothing. It's coming back. There we go.
Touchdown. Cleveland defensive stand.
There it is.
Short series.
There it is. Stable the game out. All right. Sorry about that. I was trying to get the scoreboard back up, but OBS froze on me for whatever reason.
And all of a sudden, you look at the rest of the stats that day. Christian McCaffrey had 11 carries for 43 yards, and they held San Francisco to 108 yards rushing. So they just kind of get into that rhythm as the game goes on.
Wow. Better than a 60-yard punt. Elijah Moore on the return. And shy of 25 yards.
I got to use the restroom.
Good one from Dixon. Right around 60. Fields was down. We're back after this.
There's challenges, and I love overcoming challenges.
When Better Money Habits content first started coming out, it expanded what I could do. For Special Olympics athletes with developmental needs,
thousands of Bank of America employees like Scott spend countless hours volunteering to teach people how to reach their financial goals.
It felt good. It felt like I could take on the whole world.
What would you like the power to do?
This is a hot flash. This is a hot flash. But this is a not flash. There's big news for women going through menopause. Veoza, a prescription treatment for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, the medical name for hot flashes and night sweats. With hormone-free Veoza, you can have fewer hot flashes and more non-flashes. Veoza is proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night. For some women, it can start working in as early as 1 week. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Increase liver blood tests.
All right. So good response by the defense the last couple of drives, getting off the field, 3 and out. Good job by the offense being able to survive a bad volley of defense. Playing complimentary football a little bit here. Corey Dot says with the $5 super chat, running back by committee and a decent QB and a defense can send us to the playoffs. I think once we figure it out, it should be fine. Yep. Why would I do that? Coop did something we've been waiting for a Browns wide receiver to do. Find an open spot in coverage. As the play breaks down, the QB has a lot of time. Yeah. Just wait to be good in that scramble drill, not over exert yourself, but find a way to get open to the spot there.
Drives, couple of turnovers mixed in there as well.
Don't Seattle Stadium from this end look like Ohio Stadium on the big end? It's kind of built similar to Ohio Stadium. If you think about it.
Touchdown to take the lead. 3:16 left. 2-minute warning plus 1 for Cleveland timeouts.
Seattle does get ball to start the next half.
This just his 9th NFL start in 4 years.
You got time. Humble Hand says, seems like punters have the greatest game versus us. I haven't noticed, but there's been a couple of good performances. Yeah.
Cleveland on a practice squad in late August. Guy spent his first 3 years in the pro level with Carolina. That was in the XFL. Did a great job. Was with Indianapolis on their practice squad for a while. He's in there for the injured Deshaun Watson. He's back to throw with pressure coming again.
Run.
Brooks. A fearless shoulder to the 29-yard line.
Oh boy, that's offensive coordinator Alex Bell's going to get with him after this drive is over and say, okay, when we get into the open field, let's not take number 56 on.
I've already got one quarterback with a shoulder injury. I already need another one.
Yeah. Holy cow.
All right, 3rd and 3. What are they coming out in? Okay, they took it to the 2.
3rd and 3 coming up on the other side.
What is going on? Yeah, I'm getting all kind of weird shit today. It's weird. Yeah, my internet just went out for half a second. Hopefully the stream didn't die. What is going on today? Okay, it's green now. It should be fine. Am I back? Okay, I'm back now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm back. All right, it's green now. I had to monitor this stream now the whole time. Got Coop in the slot. Just get it out. All right, punt.
A handful of Seahawks have done that. He has now joined that rare air. For the Hurricanes has been excellent putting the ball the last couple of games. So they have overloaded the left side on this punt. The Seahawks got close to it. Still got away with a great move. Forcing Dallas back to his own 22-yard line. And a short return, 59-yarder from the Hurricanes. So 101 seconds to play, and we've got Kurt Menefee telling us what's coming up.
All right, thanks, Adam. Coming up on the horizon halftime, we'll load up highlights of this Halloween weekend as we recap all the early games and check in on the Bengals, 49ers, the Chiefs, and Broncos. But now, back to you in scary Seattle.
Now I'm trying to see if there's anything I'm doing on my computer that's making my internet connection slow down, but it shouldn't be slow.
Still one timeout.
Why not run that? No, you don't want to run it. You want to throw it in this. It's 3rd and 3. Throw that in 3rd and 3. Y'all just say run. Y'all say run the ball every time a play call don't work. That's not running the ball. And then when you get the run call on 3rd and 3, you're like, but not that run. We cannot tackle to save our freaking lives. Are you serious right now? You keep getting washed on the defensive line.
Easy running like we go through. It's run by Jackson Smith in Jigma. He's able to work his way out of bounds.
Get out of base. Get out of base. Oh my God.
His rookie first round pick for 8. Again, got out of bounds to save the timeout. Stop the clock at 59 seconds.
There you go. Oh, he slipped. Miles slipped. He had a clear one. Oh.
He missed last week with a couple of injuries. He's back in there today. 3rd and 2 coming up. Metcalf had not missed a game in his career until the rib and hip issues kept him out last week. He's had 7 targets, but just 1 catch today.
Very good outside the numbers.
It's a run. There you go. Are they going for it?
The jump by Zadarius Smith and Maurice first to fill up that hole. And now it's 4th down and 2 and an interesting decision to make here. So the Browns will use a timeout to stop the clock at 45 seconds. Their first timeout. This is such a strange spot. Now, this is within Jake Myers' range.
You got a smelling salt.
The 4th and 2.
That's not normal.
The second half.
It's not normal at all.
First half, with the ball to start the second.
Yeah, I think really on this drive, they've gotten into a rhythm again. It's so strange. You get into that 2-minute situation, and all of a sudden an offense that's been.
Right now, they're at, what, the 34? 44. It's about a 50-yard field goal.
In your offense to be able to come out here in this 4th down and continue that flow and that rhythm.
Shane Waldron's offense did not have a first down in the second quarter until this last drive. Now 4th and 2 with the offense out there.
Okay, they're going for it.
If you don't convert here, Cleveland still has 2 timeouts to try to look downfield. Here comes the pressure. Smith floats it.
That's a good job by Gino getting to like his 3rd read. That's a good job.
With the route design there, just some crossers back and forth, and then it's the middle of the field opens up. PK Metcalf finds that spot.
Picked off. Wow. Well, would have liked it on the 4th down. But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Pete Carroll is hot on the sideline. Looking at the bottom of your screen, he just sits on this. He breaks before.
I don't know what he's.
And beats him to the point.
It's a.
I'm not sure what Coach Carroll is upset about. That's really well played by Martin Emerson.
He dragged the foot in and everything.
There's got to be something else involved with the play what he's not happy about. And again,
that's a massive interception.
For the wheelhouse fans, for Geno Smith.
Look, I don't even think you get points out of that, but that's just a massive stop there.
Very good. Outside those numbers, whether it's the comeback.
That's a massive interception. Wow.
To DK Metcalf a couple of snaps before that, and that was just not on time and a great play.
Yeah, take the knee because you only got 20 seconds left. That's a massive interception. Massive interception there. I mean, that's a 3-point swing at least. On the verge of being 7. It's huge. It's huge. It is massive interception right there. I don't know what Pete was mad about. Was Pete trying to call a timeout and he didn't get it or something? Like, I don't know what he was upset about. That's a cool angle. The little reflection off the visor. Hey, man, Offensively, I'll take what they've given us so far. 14 points from the offense in the first half. I have to think outside of the Tennessee game, that has to be the most points they've had in the first half of any football game so far. So I'll take that. I think that they're doing some all right things with PJ Walker. I think PJ's playing well as well. Pierre Strong has looked good. David Njoku having himself a good day. Amari Cooper looking like you're going to be able to get the ball to him as well. So offensively, they've been able to manufacture stuff. And I wasn't really concerned about that coming into this game because I felt like last week they were able to manufacture a lot of really good looks offensively. They just didn't capitalize on as many of them as you would have liked. This week, they're capitalizing on more of those opportunities, still leaving some on the board, still leaving some on the table, but still taking advantage of it. Defensively, I think those first few drives that they went out there about as bad as you could look defensively, but they have calmed it down a little bit. You know, with football games, they're going to stabilize at some point. You know, you can't score every drive, right? Nobody scores every drive that they have. That doesn't happen very often. So usually the game tends to stabilize itself. And the game stabilizing itself right now. I need the Browns defense to start to become more of a reason why it's stabilizing, you know. And right now it's kind of been Seattle's been getting in their own way. Geno Smith laid on a curl, throws an interception. They get a penalty that brings them back, hands to the face, 15 yards. That gets them off the field. I need the Browns defense to start being the reason for the slowdown. And right now they are the recipient of a slowdown on offense. They're not necessarily the reason for the slowdown on offense. Would like to see Myles Garrett get his name called more in this second half. He hasn't really done as much to impact the game as you would have expected out of him, especially how he played the last week. And you want to see just more from your corners. I think Greg Newsome had a good play there. I think Martin Emerson, obviously with the interception, had a good play there as well. But you want to see more consistent play from those players, more consistent play from those corners and JOK, right? When this defense falters, you can usually look at the young guys as why it's faltering or something on the interior. I think this has been an example of the young guys just not holding up well, being a little bit too excited, being a little bit too aggressive. So that being said, I am more than fine, especially with how this game started off in the first quarter, with this game being at 14-17 in the Seahawks' favor. Browns only down by 3. Defensively, they got to figure it out in this halftime period to slow the offense, will slow them down just a little bit more than what they have been able to slow them down. If they can get that to that point, I feel good about the offense's ability to get more points in the future. And this could be a really good game going forward. So, not hating what I've seen so far from the offense. Defensively, though, I think they need to collectively wake up. Even though they've played decently in this second quarter, I still think they need to wake up a bit more. Ray Rag says, was their punters doing smelling salts? What kind of demon do they have kicking punts? Yeah, that's crazy, right? I saw that he was doing smelling salts. I don't know what that was about, but I guess they just be doing stuff like that in the NFL, man. Like it's a weird league, man. The closer you look, the crazier stuff tends to be. Right? That's nuts, though. Ray Rag says it also looks like they have more faith in PJ, or at least letting him do more. He looks a lot better and has the last 2 weeks, at least to me. Yeah, he's played a smoother game. He's made some throws. He's also made some mistakes in this game, right? You talk about the interception that could have got you to tie this game. You talk about the fumble that was also on your way to get into plus territory, right? The good news is that the Browns offense has consistently been able to get the ball in Seahawks territory in this game. The bad news is that you're still having these issues with turnovers. Now, you would hope with the interception and the forced fumble that you're done turning the ball over for today. But we don't know that, right? Because the way this offense has been, no matter who's at quarterback, no matter who's running the football, we be turning it over, man. So we got to figure out a way to put a cap on that, but we've been trying to figure that out for weeks. So I can't just sit here and say, oh, the halftime period's going to solve it. The stuff that can be solved, like the Browns are getting beat on basic ass play action right now. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Like, why did we just lock them up, getting man, and live with the results, because they're trying to get in the zone to kind of limit some of the stuff that the Seahawks can do, but we're so bad at playing zone that we're just creating more bust. So if we're going to be creating bust, we might as well be in man. I don't think the blitz pickup is on PJ Sly. I think that's on Joe Bitonio. If you go back, and the reason I say that, if you go back and look at the Browns snap process, if you see Joel tap his center before the Browns get the all go to snap the ball, that means that Joe Bitonio is running the protections. More than likely, right? And I think in this scenario, you've got all kind of things moving around at the quarterback position. Joe Bitonio is going to be the one that's in charge of where you're sliding to, who's going to what. PJ can point out things, like give you that mic point or tell you what he sees. It's up to Joe to kick the line or make the decision on what the line's going to do. And that's usually Joe's responsibility. Even when Deshaun's in there at times, it's Joe's responsibility. At least last year it was. This year, I think there's been a debate about who's been responsible for what protections, but I see nothing in Deshaun's resume when it comes to protections that would make me feel like he should be in charge of protections. No disrespect to Deshaun. He just ain't been that good at it his career, even 2020, 2019. All right, let's switch to red zone while we wait for halftime to come back. See what the Ravens are on. And the Ravens looking real close to going up 14-7 on the Cardinals. Sly, PJ needs to work on the blitz pickup. I think I covered that one already, but appreciate the super chat, Sly. Really do. Thank you for your input on the show. But I do think that it's on Joel. I would find it hard to believe that they would have PJ Walker in there and also have him doing the protections. That just doesn't sound like something that they would have done.
With 24 seconds to go. It's Purdy again.
And that's going to score.
Shorts. The worst thing for the Ravens with that clock continuing to move. Right. With 3 games coming down to the final seconds of the first half, and all 3 of them are at or near the red zone. Upper right-hand corner, you're going to see what Patrick Mahomes just did. Wrist flip, Chelsea.
Yeah, right now, San Francisco down 10-14 against Cincinnati. Baltimore tied with Arizona, but driving on the goal line. Looking like they're about to score, looking like they're on the way to go to 14-7. And Kansas City down 14-6 against the Denver Broncos, which I think it's been, Peyton Manning was the last guy to beat the Denver Broncos. To beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, and they're saying that's a fumble. Wow, he fumbled. So it looks like the Broncos lead's going to be safe, at least for the second half. Sly says, figured it was Joe was giving him the benefit. Yeah, it's usually Joe, at least in Kevin's offenses. And even in Monken / Freddie Kitchens' offense, it was Joe that was setting it. Now, you might have a split between responsibilities. Like, PJ's responsible for calling certain, like giving Joel pieces to the equation. And maybe that's something that didn't happen there, was PJ didn't give Joel enough pieces to that equation because Joel can't see everything from that guard spot. Just again, like, it's just a blanket term, but it's one of the most important blanket terms in football. It's about communication, man. And they got to communicate these things better. Guru says Strong should get more snaps. He looks good. Yeah, Strong's a really good player to have in on some run concepts. And I think they're going to, I think they should think about the running backs not as starter, backup, third string. And now that you have a rotation, it should be about situations, right? So what situation you're in dictates what running back that you have on the field, right? Kareem's clearly short yardage and first down back, right? If you're going to run the ball out of first down or something like that, or run the ball on an early down where you just need about 4 or 5 yards, Kareem's your guy. Like that's the guy you want to have in short yardage and in those situations. And then Pierre is somebody you want to have in on some of those wide zone looks or those cutback looks that they like to do, some of those trap looks that they like. And Jerome Ford, anything to the angle, you want to throw to Jerome Ford because he has that explosiveness to really bounce things out and score with them. So yeah, it's about the situation that they have these guys in. And I think that you're right. I think we should find more situations for Pierre Strong to get the ball because he looks pretty good. Also, I wonder what they felt with Jerome Ford because I don't think he's been back in since that 1 3rd and 2 run. Like, has he? Chat, remind me of Jerome Ford. I think he might have checked in once. I think he might have checked in once since then. But chat, let me know.
Unbelievable. Every touchdown. Every game. Every Sunday afternoon, we're built for days like today. Go to NFL.com/redzone and get it now.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast for any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Today's game flow is brought to us by Progressive, the beautiful Seaport City in King County, Seattle, Washington. The Seahawks have a 3-point lead, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. Adam Amin, Daryl Johnston, Pam Oliver on the field as well.
All right, we back.
In Cleveland's direction in that
Right now is that second quarter was not the traditional second quarter for them. Usually a good first half game. Last 3 weeks, no touchdowns, no offensive touchdowns in the second half.
Right.
So something's got to be right here if Seattle's going to get back on track because Cleveland really did grab all that momentum in the second quarter to get back into this game.
All right, defense, let's get out here with a good drive to start this half, man. Let's get on a good foot
in the
here.
first 30 minutes. This is a pick-up game coming in. Seattle, light favorite at home, coming into action today against the Cleveland Browns. Defense, we get a chance for the 7-yard line this season debut.
They're going to give him yards here.
Positive return out past the 30-yard line. Geno Smith in that first half, a touchdown and a pick.
Really got off to a good start, and Tyler Lockett was his go-to guy, and really this offense came out in rhythm and played an outstanding first quarter. And, that was my favorite play of the first half, kind of avoiding the sack, moving out to the outside, and that's the end. That's how that ended in the first half. There's an opportunity for them to go down, get points, and then come back here with possession to start the third quarter, really kind of separate from Cleveland. And one of those moments that Geno Smith talks about, those 2 plays I've got a chance to make, and I think that one at the end of the half will be one that he regrets.
Push him back here on second down now, 2nd and 5.
What did I learn? Let me just tell you what I learned. I was talking to him about PJ Walker. No surprise there. He praised his resiliency. He said that's a scrappy fighter. Defensively, he was agreeing with Daryl there that the defense is slowly heating up. They may be down. Remember the cornerback Greg Newsom. He has a groin injury.
Jeez, Greg.
Walking off the field in the middle of that first half.
Oh, good.
Lockett with a tough catch with Miles
Oh,
Garrett.
Miles, way to play that one. Get it out quick.
About a 3-yard gain.
All right, third down. Let's get off the field.
Cameron Mitchell, the rookie out of Northwestern, is in there for the injured Greg Newsome.
I wonder if they pick on Cam here on third down.
The offense didn't start. The Cleveland defense made it a little tougher in that second quarter.
Yeah, and it's a game of momentum, and when you've got it, you've got to take advantage of it because there's going to be swings, through the course of the half, through the course of the quarter, even. And that was the big thing there in that first half. You can see the disparity first and second quarter.
3 tight ends to the right for Seattle here. Off the drop, Smith. Looking for one of those tight ends in front.
Out of bounds. That's a stop. Good coverage there. Great job. Great job there. Great job, Grant. All right, let's go. Watch for the fake.
Well, you're going to take a shot, right? So you're going to max protect. You've only got 2 people in the route, and your safety valve is going to be Noah Fant. But Grant Delpit's got that locked down. Now, the big shot was down the middle of the field, but they were able to double cover that. And you see DK Metcalf coming back into the picture right there.
Dixon will boot it away. Donovan Peoples-Jones, the dangerous return man, and he grabs it at the 10.
All right, it's fine. 16, 17, it's fine.
So similar to Geno Smith in the first half, P.J. Walker kind of the same. Had that touchdown pass, but also had a couple of turnovers.
Yeah, again, getting off to a good start. And right there, the big hit by Jordan Brooks for one of the turnovers. But the one thing that we did see from P.J. Walker the entire first half was that courage in the pocket. And he took a couple of big hits after some big throws. So just a little bit more consistency for P.J. Walker.
It just floated on him. Yeah, that floated on him. Okay, that's what happened on that interception.
Was the first in a year in the NFL.
No, you can't have that on the first play.
To start this drive, though.
I'll start. Offense for 71.
Jedrick Wills, their solid left tackle, the first round pick 4 years ago.
Yeah, shit happens. Get it back.
Penalty.
It's loud. I'm surprised that's honestly the first false start penalty they've had in Seattle, right? Like the false start capital of the world. That's just tough. Hey, you might have a little out here. Yeah, we're ready for that. You didn't have that.
Second down coming up is Moffitt.
All right, well, 2nd and 13, I'm guessing. Bray Rag says, don't know if you watched the Steelers game, but the announcer said the Steelers went 3 and out on 45% of their drives. That's insane. How in the world do they have 4 wins? Hey, look, man, you can look at the Browns the same way. They have 8 turnovers, -8 in the turnover margin, and the Browns still have 4 wins. Like, it's sometimes you just find a way, man. They didn't win today, though. Get loose, David. Get loose, David. Great call.
This is like make or break.
Wow. By the skin of your butt cheeks. David Njoku slides through that hole. And in open space.
Posick did a great job of getting all the way out from the center position and just kind of creating a screen that kept that inside defender from closing out.
All right, they just ran a ton. Run it. Yeah, that defense just ran all downfield. Run it at them. There you go. Get 4 or 5 easy yards.
Jedrick Wills on the left side dealing with a little bit
Good call.
of an ankle issue. Joel Bitonio, who had that long
They had his sticks here.
snaps played.
Be smart with it.
Last week after he missed the 49er game. Posick, the former Seattle Seahawks draft pick. Taylor's a great run blocker. And then you got the rookie DeJuan Jones, who's been in there for Jeff Conklin. They've had some flux in that course of the season, too.
Absolutely. It's tough when you lose somebody like Jeff Conklin in your offensive line. And just the leadership. And then also, when you heard Coach Stefanski talk about him, he's by far our best runner.
2nd and 6.
Good throw. Good throw.
Pick up 10 yards in front of Quandre Diggs. Step.
this is, part of PJ Walker also getting all the practice reps this week. So last week, going into that game, you're trying to figure out if Deshaun Watson's going to play. So he's going to take the snaps. You're going to make that decision late in the week. So PJ Walker's got to go through everything mentally. This week, he took every single practice rep. That helps you establish your chemistry and your timing with your wide receivers on the outside. He's been much better this week than he was last week when he didn't get those snaps.
Get down. Yeah, just take the loss. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. They played it well.
Loss of 6. By Darryl Terrell.
Yeah, they played it well here. Watch the linebacker.
And then he sees the offensive blocker coming.
Yeah, it just he gets upfield before Goodwin can even think about cutting up. So he just forces him out wide. That's a good job there by that linebacker. Took it away.
The front for Seattle to get to the edges really well. We've seen a lot of plays kind of go left and right rather than north and south.
See what they're looking.
Second long for Walker. Who's got time?
Dot.
It's more
Good job.
inside the 15.
Good job.
21-yard pickup to Elijah Moore.
Yeah, this is a really well-designed route because he's got Donovan Peoples-Jones in the middle. There's 11. He's got him right there. He actually goes a little bit harder. On the harder throw right there, you could see that Devin Witherspoon was kind of in that throwing lane and had to
Good
get
throw,
it
PJ.
over his outstretched hand.
Good throw.
Elijah Moore, their leading pass catcher this year, came in with 25 grabs. Cooper and Njoku weren't far behind. Nick Harris is in there at fullback again. Off to fake. Make it bootleg. Walker floats it in.
If Harrison Bryant sells this just a couple more seconds,
Yeah, he didn't sell it long.
Against Reed Woolen. Sometimes these plays are just all about the patience. So watch it. See how quick he was?
Yeah, he didn't sell it.
Right away. He's able to close that gap down. If he sells that a little bit more, Reed Woolen's going to follow that down further to the inside, and then he's going to pop wide open.
Pierre Strong's a big guy.
Inside kid for Strong. And Bobby Wagner does what Bobby Wagner does. Grabs him by the ankles and brings him down for a loss. The all-time Seattle Seahawks record holder in tackles for loss.
Let's be smart here on third down.
In his career. That's his 10th tackle of the game. Here they come at Lumen Field for third and long.
You think they screen here on third down at 11?
Walker slam, tough catch by Cooper, shy of the sticks. Gets him down to about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, kick the field goal.
See Kevin Stefanski putting his arms up for the field goal unit to come out, try to tie this game.
Absolutely, good decision right there. This is not a spot to be aggressive with analytics and things like that. Trust your gut in this situation. Get it to 17-17. Give your reward your offense a little bit for that drive. I mean, that was a nice drive. And again, one of the things that the defensive coordinator Clint Hurt is have to get his defense over to the sideline and talk about these screen plays. I mean, the screen has been the best play that Cleveland's been running all afternoon. It's really kind of made things really challenging for Seattle's defense.
That's the back to back.
Good job.
Special teams player of the week ever.
All right, tie ball game. Reset. Defense, keep playing well. All right, let me use bathroom.
By Progressive. One thing no one will challenge. Saving money when you bundle home with Progressive.
Take the hat off. Take the hat off. The shoes, everything, man. We look stupid.
Couldn't you just say big on the laser hair with red Amazon? There's less hair, more hair.
NFL football, Little Caesars, and my lucky chair. I'm not changing anything.
Daryl gets it. He knows the four-quarter calzone from Little Caesars is officially delicious.
Pizza, pizza. Oh, Shawnee, what's going on here? I just really want that new iPhone 15 Pro. This one sounds right. You're talking about this one, right? The one with titanium? You know, maybe the old shake and steal isn't your best plan. Switch to Verizon, and you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Really?
And you can rely on.
It's for you. It's not an iPhone.
All right. Dewan got injured. Headed back to the locker room. And then, okay, so Dewan got hurt. Yeah, Greg Newsome's ruled out. Alex Wright, questionable to return. I mean, like, those two get hurt almost every game. Maybe they should just be held out a couple weeks because, like, every time they come back, they get hurt again. No update yet on Dewan, who went on the game-tying drive. All right, we'll see what's up.
Back in the 1990s, when the first website went live, about Bill Gates, obviously, in this area, Ken Griffey Jr. and John Kent, Barry Payton, Pete Carroll was still out east as a defensive coordinator. Kurt Cobain was doing his thing.
If this is the PJ we get, this team might be fine.
Awesome.
It's a pretty normal PJ Walker game if you watch a lot of his work in the NFL. This is pretty much the PJ you get.
On the field, the midfield logo, it's a great feeling here in Seattle today, throwing it back. Halfway through the third, it'll be Seattle ball at the 25-yard line. And credit to this Cleveland defense. Myles Garrett's been fairly quiet. They've still played well. What are they doing well against Garrett? Everything. You see right there, there's three guys on him. But they've been also winning some one-on-one battles because they're going to have to do that. Damian Lewis right there, he's by himself. And, you know, from time to time, there's Stone Forsythe. He's by himself. You know, you can help, but you can't help every single play. So when it's been one-on-one, they've done a nice job of holding it up at one position. And it's got to be frustrating for Myles Garrett, but really, right? Shame on Seattle if you let Myles Garrett have another good day after what he did last week. Section of the season. Start this drive off the play action at Smith. Under pressure, got it to Walker.
Make the tackle, make the tackle.
Ooh. Sandwiched at the 29-yard line. But that's one of the things.
Would like to have that tackle made earlier.
Is he can be frustrated all afternoon not getting to the quarterback, but he never stops. He hustles every single play. You're going to see right here, there's another one where he's got triple team. And who's the guy that makes the tackle on the check down to Kenneth Walker? It's Myles Garrett, retracing and chasing down.
That was his first of the day. Lots of help from Emerson. Zadarius Smith was a little bit slow. He's still on the ground. He's a little slow to get up.
Or is it Grant Delpit that they're looking at? Oh, it's concussion protocol. They're going to look at Grant Delpit for concussion protocol because he hit him. Because it was a hard hit to the head. Yeah, it's a concussion protocol thing. Yeah, Dewan Jones questionable to return with shoulder injury. Both Smith and Delpit down after the play. Delpit was being looked at by the concussion people. And Zadarius, I don't know what's up with Zadarius. They say Delpit is down holding his ankle. Okay. Let me put them up here. Bow. Yep. A lot of injuries this week, man. And then yep, so DeJuan Jones, questionable to return. Oh, Emerson got hurt too? Jeez.
Today's New York Fox is sponsored by Walmart. Welcome to your Walmart. Both Grant Delpit and Sedarius Smith needed some help getting off the field.
I didn't see what Grant Delpit caught his left foot on, and then this looks kind of innocuous right here, but Sedarius Smith, tough to no, don't mess with Geno Smith. Solid back.
Did come off the field. Blitz from Tony Field. Smith just launches it up there.
No good. Way to stick with it. Way to stick with it, Taki, because you was beat, but you kept running. Way to stick with it.
Fields is bringing the pressure.
Yeah, great job.
You was beat, big dog, but you kept running.
No, Evan Brown goes to the left, and you've got 3-on-2 to the left, so he's supposed to check and come back because there was nobody in the backfield to be able to pick up Tony Fields as he came in.
For 3rd and 6. Charbonnet, the rookie, is in. Smith gets it.
Picked off. Did Maurice Hurst catch that? Did he catch that? Ain't no way he caught that clean. Ain't no way he caught that clean. There's no chance in hell. There's no chance he caught that clean.
This is outstanding.
What? So he deflects it, runs the other. Oh my God! Did he? No, get the playoff. I don't know. That's not gonna stand, man. There's no way he caught that clean. I think that thing moves. I don't know about that one.
To grab that interception, he himself tipped. Yeah, eat it up.
6-5-5.
Oh, they confirmed it.
2 picks by Cleveland's defense in the last 3 Seattle drives.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and it's been situationally, but today, Geno Smith, gets fooled a little bit. You have pressure from the outside, and there's kind of that zone blitz.
Why did they drop a defensive tackle on coverage? That's why.
Hold it. So here comes the blitz from the right. Now there goes Maurice Hurst dropping right back into that throwing lane.
Yeah.
But Geno Smith does not see that element of the blitz.
It's 39-yard line for Cleveland to start this drive, looking for its first lead of the game.
3 sacks.
Get the snap off and give it to
Good run, Kareem. Good run. We got a good amount of Browns fans at that game.
Behind that big right guard, Wyatt Teller.
I tell you, inside the guard, center guard area all afternoon, whether it's been, the left guard in the center when you talk Joe Bitonio and Ethan Posick, or it's Wyatt Teller and Ethan Posick, they've been doubling down on that defensive line and climbing up to that next level. They've been doing a great job getting a ton of movement inside.
Good run, Kareem.
You saw the numbers. Cleveland just now kind of outgaining Seattle.
Good job.
You look at their average, it's about 6 yards per run. That's 2 yards better than NFL average. And Bill Callahan, I heard a great
Wow, I cannot believe he caught that stick.
If you can't identify things with Bill Callahan within a second or two, you're not going to play for him. So you have to be sharp
Up top, physically strong to play for talent. I think that's one of the misconceptions about offensive linemen. That they're just these big physical guys. They are extremely smart based on shade, alignments. They know exactly where the blocking schemes are.
Good call.
As he takes it close to the sticks. Into Jamal Adams after another 9-yard Cleveland run.
And a nice job here. You're going to get Derek Hall, one of your younger guys, right? He's going to watch everything go down inside and change. He's got contained. And you can see right there, now it's just easy for P.J. Walker to get outside one-on-one with Jamal Adams. There's a name we haven't called a lot today. You know, the film of Seattle's defense, and 33 was everywhere. He's been very quiet today.
God, Pierre, he just fell.
He was trying to make a cut to the
Again, that's the one thing with Pierre. He don't got the greatest contact balance in the world. He has very poor contact balance.
He's been back the last 4 games.
Not a short yardage guy.
Opening quad injury last year.
Let's get Kareem here and finish the job.
The last several seasons when he's healthy, he's typically great. He and the defense have to be for Seattle here on 3rd and short. Extra offensive lineman Ty and Seki is in for Cleveland along with Harrison Fulton.
Hey, they've seen this look a couple times. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Cleveland ground attack continues to work. Nick Harris, the former Washington Husky, gets it done again.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job. This is not easy for big guys because this point of contact is very removed. They're used to working in small spaces. You know, that guy lines up about 6 inches from you. When you bring those offensive linemen back into that fullback spot, and it's a collision that's going to happen from 6-7 yards apart, it's a much different style of blocking. And one of the few guys I've seen who's been able to make that adjustment is Nick Harris. He does a nice job coming in and taking that role as a fullback.
Nah, you ain't got it.
Off the fake, Walker. Time.
Yeah, it's fine.
As the Joker was watched.
Good job there.
This was a 14-0 Seattle lead after its first 2 drives. They were up 17-7 after the opening period.
Move Hurst to strong safety to replace Delphin. That would be a hilarious visual. Thank you for the super chat, Sean.
One of the big plays all afternoon has been that screenplay. We'll see if they have anything dialed up in the red zone.
Two eye. Good call. All right, 3rd and short here.
10. It's up about 6, so 3rd down and 4. Coming up for Cleveland's offense here. Field goal position, obviously. Stefanski's looking for 6, though.
Jordan Brooks has had a nice game today. One of those guys. This free safety look at some things they're doing at the linebacker level and the secondary combination. You know, his production, his opportunity for snaps has been reduced a little bit. Got a little frustrated last week, but he's
All right, Coops read one here. It's a choice route.
the 2 guys that have really popped through this afternoon for the Seattle defense.
Walker. 1-on-1 attack. It's Trey Brown.
I don't mind that. Give Coop the chance. Give Coop the chance and you see him 1-on-1.
Yeah, you can see P.J. Walker kind of tapping, that's on me, that's on me. This is covered very well on the outside. Where your opportunity was on a crossing route that was going to show in the middle of the field. This is just 2 one-on-one routes on the outside. But you had some opportunity with some crossers in the middle of the field. And when he comes off the field and taps his chest, that's on me. He missed that crosser.
Hopkins for the first Cleveland lead of the day from 27.
There you go. All right. Keep playing defense. Keep putting points up. Keep playing defense. Keep putting points up.
company of dreamers.
Yep. So Browns have the lead now. No, it wasn't pass interference. That was just good defense by them on a one-on-one route. They took a chance. Look, we know Amari Cooper's our guy there. We're going to go on him in situations like that. Sometimes you win them. Sometimes you lose them. That was a situation where you didn't win it. But I would rather take that gamble than ignore that right now. If you want to make the argument, PJ should have looked at that, came off of that, came back to the middle. That's something that I would be more critical of, like Deshaun for not doing. But PJ, let's keep it simple. 3rd and 5. You think you got one-on-one there with Coop. Just take it right there.
Here's where he should have gone with the football. Watch Elijah Moore. This is going to be a walk-in touchdown. But look at his stance and his posture. I mean, he is right there looking at it the whole way. And that's why when they came off the field.
Yeah, you just want to keep it simple. You want to keep it simple. I understand Elijah Moore came back open on the other side, but you're just going to keep it simple with PJ. That's what you deal with when you don't have your starter in there. Deshaun in there, come off, come back, right? PJ in there, let's keep it simple. Just go to Coop here on that.
Split in Arlington. Now off to Phoenix with the World Series tied at 1 apiece. Adolis Garcia had a dramatic extra inning walk-off home run. Then Corbin Carroll and the rest of the Diamondbacks got after to the tune of a 9-1 beat-2 win. Joe Davis, John Schultz, and Rosenthal Verducci will be along tomorrow on Fox 3.
One thing with this Browns team over the last 3 weeks, they don't give up and fight to the end. Can't say that about last season. Truth.
241st Anthony Bradford, the rookie, on that juxtaposition, the 41-year-old and the rookie. On first down, it's Kenneth Walker. We'll take it for a few.
Probably gotten away from Kenneth Walker a little bit, right? That was the jump start to that first quarter, that big 45-yard run that they really
Who is that?
electrified this offense and got them off to a very productive first quarter. They've kind of gotten away from it.
Walker, their leading rusher, had 6 touchdowns. Entering action, a top 7 in the NFL.
Make the tackle.
To prevent the first down. Down to the field and Pam Oliver.
All right, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, or 5.
I asked him how he gets that group flowing again. He said balance. Daryl said they need to run the football, be more even. What about the group that's having trouble clamping down on P.J. Walker and the Browns offense? He replied, I want to see good, clean, penalty-free football. For Cleveland, an update on an injury we told you about, cornerback Greg Newsom has been downgraded to
key support for Cleveland. Put down the 2 for Seattle.
Too much time. Oh!
6 points the other way for Cameron Mitchell, the rookie. Would have been his first big impact play in the NFL. Instead, it's still a 7th straight 4th down stop for Cleveland.
And this is one of the things that we've heard, that with the young wide receivers, they're not on the same page with Geno Smith. You can see Jackson Smith and Jigba around him. Geno Smith is expecting him to carry that all the way outside. And there's been a number of times on some of these interceptions or near interceptions that it's not really on Geno. It's a breakdown of that connection and chemistry with quarterback and wide receiver.
Dixon boots it away.
Bounce, 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 bounce. There it is. There it is. Nice.
Smith got away with one that time. But the Seattle defense will step out trailing by 3.
Every family has one. You know the one who pushes the limits. Who's always up for a challenge. Who never backs down, but always has your back. Every family has one. Well, we have 3. Meet the Chevy ZR2 family. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
How'd you get that mixture through combo? These fries and rings?
At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke too?
Yep, sides and drinks too.
Full-time fans, your devotion always delivers. And you deserve more. Modelo, remarkable fighter.
Where'd you want to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did. So I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA for the military community.
They just moved here from San Francisco.
McCaffrey stinks.
They can't do us like that.
Mom, you can't let them do it like that.
McCaffrey still stinks.
Tough crowd.
Do this alone. You need Captain Marvel.
I'm afraid of faster.
The Marvel superhero team. Here's what our chance. Get these now.
It's Sunday on Fox. It's Dallas and it's Philly in one of the biggest games of the year. Now, the two longtime rivals collide in a must-watch divisional showdown. We can't wait for this one. Dak and the Cowboys. Prince and the Eagles. America's game of the week. Next Sunday at 4 Eastern on Fox.
All right, let's
NFL comeback
continue.
of the year. First time Pro Bowler in what was his 10th season. This is about as frustrating of a 2 or 3 game stretch as Gino's probably had since taking over as the starting quarterback for Seattle.
Yeah, and he'll own that too. I mean,
I'm not about to be mad at Cam Mitchell for dropping the interception, yo. They got off the field. That's what you wanted. What the hell? Jesus.
A flag is thrown at the 25 on the near sideline as well.
That's on Browns. It's got to be on the Browns, right? Yeah. Yeah, that didn't feel legal.
The gain of 7 with the holding penalty. A first and long coming up for Cleveland.
Not been a great game for Joe.
75 out front. Looking against Jordan Brooks.
I don't know about that. Hey, they flopped. I don't know about that.
I'm one of those guys.
Is that what, 1st and 11 or something like that? Since it happened late. 1st and 18? I guess it's better than 1st and 20. Check to a run.
And again, a little bit of miscommunication. Moore came back. Walker threw it as if Moore was going to keep on going against Reek Woolen.
And that's all based on positioning of the cornerback. You know, if he's on top, you're gonna do that back shoulder throw, right? Because he's gotten on top of you. Let's see where the position is of Reek Woolen. You know, if they're side by side, you want to keep going right there. So that could have been on the line. You know, if Reek Woolen is
Off topic, but I feel bad for Tyrod. Ever since he took the Bills to the playoffs, he's had insane bad luck. Hope he's okay. Did he get hurt? Did he get hurt again? Oh, pass interference.
A flag is thrown from the far side of the field. Trey Brown jumped in with the coverage.
Boy, if this is any kind of defensive holding, this is a huge play for the Browns. Wow. First down. Huge penalty. Huge penalty.
Team in the NFL did not get a number from Bill Vinovich that time. Witherspoon is chatting with an official. Perhaps he may have been the culprit, but oh, there we go, right on cue. So it is just 5 yards, but a fresh set of downs. That really helps Cleveland after they were backed up at 2nd and 18.
Yeah, and with the incomplete, it's going to be 3rd and 18. So on the release.
Man, that's a make good for the holding call.
Fifth Seattle penalty kind of resets the drive for Cleveland. From the 17, first and 10. To Ford. As Pam talked about earlier, questionable coming in with that ankle injury last week. He started off the game with a bang against Indianapolis and that 69-yard touchdown run on the third play of the game, but I believe in the second half. Kind of surprised everybody during practice this week. Returning
2nd and 7.
ready to go. Kevin Stefanski's at a point where without Nick Chubb, he's just looking for bodies to be able to carry the football.
Yeah, I was blown away when he told us that. Yeah, we talked to Coach Stefanski yesterday. He said, I think Jerome Ford's going to be good to go. And we're like, whoa. Well, there's a big change during the course of the week, the ebb and flow of that injury. And I'm even surprised, hey, he's going to suit up, he's going to be there. You know, but if we're playing well with Kareem Hunt and Pierre Strong is doing a nice job, we're going to give him an extra week to let that thing heal up.
Well, with the lead, the running attack for Cleveland's going to be important.
Ain't gonna let this go to the quarter break.
Gino's turned it over a couple of times. On to the fourth, and a 3-point game in Seattle.
4th quarter, put the 4s in chat. Let's get it. Let me use the bathroom. I have to use the restroom a lot.
Are you replacing me? This guy?
Customize and save with Liberty.
He doesn't even have a mustache.
Oh, look at Bee-Boo.
Only pay for what you need.
The Cowboys' newfound sense of urgency.
The townsfolk are in trouble, getting plain and simple. I feel so bad for that sheriff.
Up on the run? No problem. Five drive-bys. Road makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Road. Now get a low 319 for a month lease on road or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Road Platinum.
It's all we need.
Hey, neighbors watch the same game?
Yeah, my 5G home internet delays the game a bit, but you get used to it. Here, try these. I stole them from an airport. They're noise-canceling earmuffs.
Great salad! Great salad? Exactly!
Don't delay the game with T-Mobile 5G home internet. Get Xfinity internet for $20 for 12 months. Switch today.
Let me tell you what goes on behind the scenes when making the shakaroni. Bust. We created shakaroni my way.
Shakaroni. Don't stick with the shakaroni. That's a terrible Shaquille O'Neal impression. I should stop doing that publicly. They took him to the hospital because of an injury to his rib cage. Will stay overnight. Who did they take to the hospital exactly?
Keep the Seahawks going. Cleveland trailed 14-0 early. They trailed 17-7 for 1. They've got the lead.
Oh, Tyrod.
Since we hit the fourth. It's trailed the third on second.
Good run, Jerome.
Take it to the 24-yard line.
Coming in to visit with Bobby Wagner. He leaves to go to the Rams, and during that time, it was in Russell Wilson's team.
Yeah.
And you leave for a year and you come back, and it's great to be back. You forget how much you appreciated everything here. But there was new leadership in place, and he kind of stepped to the side and let those guys.
3rd and 3.
He's kind of finding his role within that. But that's awesome when you got a guy like Bobby Wagner who comes in and lets the younger guys lead and just kind of finds his role there in this defense.
They're for 3rd and 3.
Hey, have your hot ready.
Seahawks.
It's running. Got it. There we go. Good job, PJ. Way to have your hot ready. Way to have your hot ready. Way to hold up on that left side, too. Way to have the hot ready. Way to hold up here. Left side of this line does a great job getting overloaded. They stay there. And then good whip route by Elijah Moore to get in position.
Was frustrated. He was probably hoping for an offensive pass interference call against Njoku. Right at the cusp of that 5 yards or so.
Cut it up. There you go. There you go.
Close to the sticks. Jamal Adams was there again.
That's a good tackle by Jamal Adams because he might have been gone.
Yeah, really nice job by Joel Bitonio, because to have runs like that, you've got to get up to that second level, and it's 75 who gets to the inside. Right there, you can see Jordan Brooks trying to get off that block coming inside.
Get some oxygen. Second down and 1. Right up the gut. It is 4. It is a first down. Stumbling run into Seattle territory. They'll log him down at the 46.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, Daryl Taylor's got an opportunity. Just got to squeeze this one down, right? You're going to have David Njoku coming from a cross formation.
Good job, Joel.
You can squeeze it.
Let's go, Joel. Good job, David. Not your best block, but enough.
They talk about wham blocks, right? That comes from one side, comes down to take.
Play the hall last there, David.
That's a big part of what Cleveland does in their second-ranked rushing attack in the NFL.
Wow, we got the second-ranked rushing attack.
Scored again. Taylor's there for the stop. Boy, think about how this drive started at the end of the third quarter. Remember, it was second down and 18. It was about to be third and 18 for Cleveland.
Good job. Take time.
Witherspoon reset the drive, and Cleveland's had the ball since.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you start to lean on that run game of Cleveland. We showed you Bill Callahan, one of the best offensive line coaches to be a part of this NFL family, and that's what this offense is all about. And in Seattle, they've made a huge jump from last
Oh, DeJuan's back in the game.
against the run this year. Great strides, but the big test was going to be today, and it's been a tough battle for them against this Cleveland rushing attack.
Back to Ford. It's Wagner. Double-digit tackles today as he stops in at 3-2 at the 40. 10 of 13 third down attempts, having 4 yards or less for the Cleveland Browns offense today. That's a good recipe for success.
Well, when you've got a quarterback situation like they do on the road in a venue like this, you can hear this crowd get loud here on this third and 4.
All right, 3rd and 4.
To continue to put PJ Walker in the situation that's manageable.
We are finally seeing the offense get guys in space. Watson can really make this team special if he gets it together. Also, Pierre Strong is very fast. Very explosive, Sammy football. Throw it out. Oh, bad ball, dude.
Too low for Jerome Ford.
Bad ball. Yep. Are they going to kick it?
That brings up 4th down. And Bojorquez will come out to punt.
They're punting.
Just got to give your guys an opportunity, and PJ Walker's going to be frustrated with himself here. He
just held on to that too long. Held on to it way too long.
It was going to be a impossible opportunity for Jerome Ford to make that catch.
At the 41.
Boomers today. He's going to try to pin DJ Dallas deep here. Backspin punt.
It's good. Good punt.
Long field in front of Seattle, but Geno Smith's got a chance.
No, he took 5 minutes off the clock, so that's good. Would love you could have got that first down there, put you in field goal range. Let me catch up on Super Chats. Preston says, is it me or does it feel like they're running more inside zone today? Seems a lot more north-south than usual and it's working. Yeah, I think so. Preston. They're running a lot more inside zone. Do it for Chubb. Run right up they at. I know what you mean, Chubb. I know what you mean. Do it right for Chubb. I know what you mean. But yeah. 3 yards, I think you got to throw it. You know what I mean? If it was like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, I ain't got no problem running. But 3rd and 3, you kind of got to throw it there, spread them out. But I can see why you would want that, especially with how well they've been running the ball. But PJ just held on to that ball too long, man. That's all that happened. He held on to the ball, put it in the dirt. Shouldn't have gone in the dirt. The Browns second in rush yards per game, 9th in total. It really doesn't feel like it because we haven't, like, this is the first game where it's felt like it because it's been consistent, like little chunks here and there. But most of the year, it's been like one or two explosive runs, and then we kind of just stink for the rest of it.
Yeah, this offense has got to put a drive together here. They've got to start converting on third down. They can't have their defense come right back out in the field. That's when you get worn down in the second half. That's
all right, defense, big stop here.
Plays with. It's a physical run game. They're going to wear you down. So it's
Zadarius back on the field. So is Grant. So is Martin. Get the tackle down.
Fields was there to finish it off. Second down.
Good job.
Here's Kurt Menefee with a game break.
Another NFC North against NFC West matchup. Baltimore at Arizona.
Yeah, they're starting to pull away.
7-yard score. The second of the day, and the North is leading this one as well. 21-7 right now. Closing seconds of the third quarter.
We're starting to be one back in the win column of the Baltimore Ravens, who've made a statement the last couple of games. But that AFC North is a brutal division this season. Cincinnati lead in San Francisco, they lead in the fourth. Timeout here from Seattle.
Wow, it's 2 timeouts they've had to waste here.
That the AFC North has been so tough. The defense is right. The Bengals defense has played better. The Steelers have played well. And this is still the #1 ranked defense in the Cleveland Browns in the NFL.
Yeah, they have not made it easy for the Seattle offense all game. And that is one of the more impressive plays I have seen during the course of this year. Is the interception by Maurice Hurst. Just a great play by.
I can't believe he caught that shit still.
Outstanding job in this passing game today. He take away that big run by Kenneth Walker.
Anybody got the score for the Bengals game?
It's really been frustrating. You know, great opening drives and just the inability to be able to tap back into that rhythm that you established right out of the gate.
Seahawks seemingly didn't line up correctly. That's why they had to use that time at first of the second.
Oh, we've seen this formation before.
Motion. It's a screen. This is, as Cam Oliver was telling us, a little bit of a banged up secondary right now. They're battling through. Delpit, Emerson, both dealing with some injury issues today. Greg Newsom is out, so rookie Cameron Mitchell is getting a lot of run. Delpit, the leading tackler, the fourth-year man out of LSU. Third down and one for Seattle. After 7 consecutive Cleveland stops on third down. Charbonnet on third and short.
All right, stop him here.
It's a great job by Will Disley.
17-10 Cincy.
Just, maintaining contact, staying on your feet, just completely secures that edge.
A-Walk.
Disley dealt with all those injuries his first couple of years. He had injury the last time these two teams met. That left Achilles issue in his second season after.
Let's get home here, Miles.
Great start. Pass catcher and always a good blocker. He's in on pass protection here. Giving time to Geno Smith, who's got the outlet to Shelton. He runs into Grant Delpit. The gain of 7.
All right, set them back. They're getting rhythm now. Set them back. Set them back off defense. Set them back.
Solution for Geno Smith. You're trying to stretch the field. You're trying to get somebody deep down there. But it was Tyler Lockett in the beginning of the game. It was kind of checking down over that flat area and giving Geno Smith that nice quick outlet if there was nothing downfield.
Just Lockett. And game Metcalf fairly quiet since the opening quarter of this game. Lockett in motion. It's Charbonnet again.
Not that. That's got to be a hold on 11.
A 20-yard Charbonnet run. He's had 2 of his best runs in the NFL today against Cleveland.
Well, just that you've got to honor Geno Smith, right? Watch what 99 Zadarius Smith. Just a little bit right there.
You don't have to honor Geno Smith on a run.
Get the big run. If he recognizes that Geno Smith doesn't have that football, he can squeeze that. He's probably going to make a tackle just a few yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
Set them back, slow them down.
One in his career tilted. Feet to roll out, Fitz Smith. Back to Pitts, back for the time. Swallowed up near the 35-yard line.
Come on, push them back, defense, slow them down. Get them out of rhythm here. They're in rhythm right now. Make them incomplete a pass, something. Need a PBU, something. Take them out of rhythm here.
Complimentary football. This is what there's right here. Is your offense going out there and finally in this half, sustaining a drive, and it's by far their best drive since the first quarter.
No, it's a run. That's huge.
So it's going to be second down and 10.
Off at the 89.
All right, there we go. All right, maintain it. Maintain it.
Praise, good blocker over his career.
Maintain it.
Some good catches, had that great block a couple of plays ago. The false start sets him back. And again, penalties just feel like they're coming at crucial moments. Kind of momentum-killing penalties for Seattle today.
And it's not a big one, right? It's 5 yards. It just disrupts everything. It changes your play calls.
There we go. Hold it here now.
In DK Metcalf's direction. Metcalf's been quiet, but
Hold it here.
Typically on the same page, not as much in the last couple quarters.
Yeah, and you wonder, you know,
Just a bad ball here.
it doesn't come off his hand clean. You see the wobble in it, and again, it's going down towards the ground. Tony Fields was making.
All right, no mistakes here, defense.
Center part of the field with his inside linebacker position. He tried to redirect that, and it came off his hand.
Smith.
Miles, there it is! There it is!
Finally putting his stamp on this game with a huge
Biggest point of the game. That's a massive sack. That forces a punt now.
That's the big part.
They double team him,
You're going to watch. He's got a double team right
and he realized he's stepping up. Great job by Okawankwo to force that, and he almost got a forced fumble. He got a forced fumble. That's a strip sack.
Gives Myles Garrett the time to finish the sack.
8.5 sacks this season for Garrett, top 3 in the NFL with Danielle Hunter and TJ Watt. With Dixon.
Let it bounce.
Deep. A friendly bounce towards the 10.
Oh, no, at the 10.
Geno Smith, a frustrating last 2.5 quarters, and Myles Garrett, coming off one of the best games of his career, shows up in Seattle in a big way.
Massive play by Miles there, man.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
Big tea drinker.
Yeah.
There's a podcast about tea.
He knows, and he wants you to know too.
I was listening to a podcast.
All right. 6 minutes left. You want a touchdown out of this. Like a field goal, you'll take. A touchdown you want. You just want to hold on to this ball for a little bit of time too, right? So please make use of this drive. Like, this is not the drive to come out and get a false start. This is not the drive to come out and get a holding on the first play. Like, this is not the drive to set yourself back. Clean drive. Let's put together some good work here. And let's put ourselves in position to win this game with 6 minutes left.
Your biggie bag, all that food for $5, that's my go-to. Ooh, that's my
Wow, Brock Purdy threw a pick 6. He ain't been the same since he played the Browns. I mean, like, to be honest, like, it's just different in the North, man. Like, his stats versus the North ain't as Purdy.
Because I played for the Cowboys.
Hey, but good job there, right? You got the one play. I've been talking about the whole drive there on defense. You wanted to just They got in the rhythm. They were completing pass after pass. They were running the ball. What you wanted that defense to do is just find a way to push them back 5. Like, just kill the rhythm of the drive because they're just going too smoothly right now. They got that false start. You get the pass breakup. You take advantage of a bad throw there by Geno Smith. Next thing you know, you get a sack that drives killed. Okay? These are the small things that kill drives in the NFL. And they were letting Seattle get a couple, they got that first down. They got a couple good runs. You let them get rhythm, a little bit of momentum on offense. You let them start to execute, start to feel comfortable. And you had to get them out their comfort zone. So good job by the defense there.
Let's feed a Bill Garrity up in the booth with us. Eric Bandia, Artie Kemper, Tyler Dare, Sarah Shields, and our fabulous Fox Sports crew behind the scenes in Seattle. Less than 6 minutes to play. Cleveland holding on to a 3-point lead on the road. We'll start this drive with a Jerome Ford.
Good run.
A good one. Out to the 17-yard line. It came to 6 to start this series. They had to punt their last drive, but their last series for Cleveland took almost 6 minutes off the clock, too.
Yeah, and one of the big reasons why is they're doing this methodically down the field, getting into those third and manageable situations. So they're not getting first downs on second down. So that chunk explosive on first down, they're methodically going down the field. Confidence in their running game and that offensive line to be able to grind this out.
The 12 is trying to will the defense to a big play. 2nd and 4. Back to the ground. And it is PJ.
First down. Good run, PJ.
Past the line of scrimmage and the clock.
Way to use your legs.
5 minutes.
Good run.
We talked about the screen game being a big part, and one of the things that the Seattle defenders told us another area to watch was the zone read, this play right here. They said, a few games ago we got roughed up a little bit in the zone read responsibilities, so that was one of the areas we felt that Cleveland was going to come out and test us on. They haven't done it a lot. They've done it twice here this afternoon, but it's been effective both times. I think they've gotten the first down on each one.
Seattle's loading up the line against the run. Take it out to the 25-yard line. Kurt Menefee's got a game break for us.
Well, the Niners, Brock Purdy has thrown 2 interceptions. They came on back-to-back throws against the Cincinnati Bengals, and this one proved to be costly. Because the very next play, Joe Burrow threw his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. This one to Jamar Chase. It's 24-10 right now in the 4th quarter. Bengals on the verge of their 3rd straight win. It would be the Niners' 3rd straight loss. Adam.
Wow. Hey, man, the season's not written in September. All right.
Inside of 5 minutes. Stepping out stops it.
Oh, you got it. Good run.
So that will stop the clock at 3:34, and 3rd down is coming up for the Browns offense.
You stick with the run game here? Where are you at?
You have not called Jamal Adams down a lot. Jordan Brooks has been in a Bobby Wagner has made plays from time to time, but the guys that pop out on film when you watch it, this secondary is very, very good. Here comes Jamal Adams off the field right now. So, but part of the guys, those threatening players down in the box that play at a really high pace, just haven't made those big splash plays this afternoon.
The set. Oh, you got it. You got it. You got what you want.
Another 3rd and short. Walker punch. Looking for Cooper.
Oh!
So again,
Had it.
thrown though on the far side of the field. Seattle has had bad penalties today. And the face.
Defense. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Reek.
Seattle penalty. This one on Reek keeps the Browns offense on the field.
Well, it was Devin Witherspoon on the previous drive that kept it alive, and this is Reek Woolen on the outside.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. They're going to call that.
Official.
You got to shoot for that shoulder, shoot for that chest. When you're playing that pressure.
Can't be sloppy with your hands there.
The receiver goes back inside. You've got to lower that angle.
Let's take advantage here.
Chest and the shoulder.
Not on penalty yards, but again, those penalties.
Put on the Cartier's cue, new character unlocked. Let's see how this goes. Still got a whole lot of football left. Good cut, PJ.
Remember, Seattle has 2 timeouts. Plus the 2 that coming.
One part about both of those penalties, the previous drive and this one, was an incomplete pass.
You know, stop the clock.
I'm going to stop the clock. And then on this one, an opportunity down the field. He had it, and he missed it. PJ Walker missed it down the field. And so, I mean, you're on the cusp of maybe getting the stop and getting this ball back to your offense. And then, of course, it's just costly penalties, like you said.
Geno Smith hoping for another chance. PJ Walker.
Something high percentage here.
Win for third straight game. Toss play. Strong. Looking for an alley. Stays in bounds. Is there for
3rd and short. Take it to the. Oh, we can't take it to the 2.
They'll have to run a play before the 2-minute warning here.
Are they? You gonna have to get up. You can't.
Kind of what they've done all afternoon, getting into this 3rd and 3 area. Really opening up that playbook. You can run, you can pass, you can do the screen play that's been so effective for him here during the course of this game.
Cleveland will use a timeout.
That's smart. Get together.
Lunch? Yes.
All right, I'm gonna be
$23.
in the bathroom.
It is for our economy ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out. Made with titanium.
We do have free movies. With the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
So before a huge 3rd down and 3, smart timeout from Kevin Stefanski to send down PJ Walker. What is his 9th career NFL start? Trying to get 3 yards to inch closer to a huge win. And the whole playbook is open because the 2-minute warning is going to set the clock no matter what on the next play.
Absolutely.
Pressure coming from Adams. And it's better. There's picked off. Julian Love. The interception at the biggest moment. And finally, Julian Adams, when they needed it most, comes up with the deflection to set it up. And the Seahawks have a shot. Off the head. You might as well be playing for the Sounders. And Julian Love the takeaway.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Ooh, smoky bacon, meaty bacon, tasty bacon.
Oh, and the dogs go bonkers for bacon. And try bacon pizza flavor. Pizza!
All right, hold them to a field goal. Well, they still got what, like 10 yards to get to a field goal range. So let's hold it down, defense. It's a tough ask, but we've done it before.
Blend of chili, garlic, and ginger as sweet as they are spicy. Speaking of flavor, order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes this holiday season.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Eloise Asylum was a living hell. Thousands of people died. I want to find out exactly what they experienced.
Secrets of the Asylum, streaming now. Sponsored by Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories.
Sweaty palm season.
Jamal Adams coming off the blitz on the outside. Watch 34, Jerome Brown, as he gets in the check down. That's where the ball should have gone to. But again, P.J. Walker kind of got locked into a 3-snap read. Wanted to go slant. They had double slant on the outside. But he needed to tuck that back down to come look for his running back. Jerome Ford checking down right over top of
Play defense here.
Down the 43. Seattle with an opportunity to tie it, maybe take the lead, maybe win it. Geno Smith with time finds Lockett.
Good tackle.
Denzel Ward, he picks up 7. Tyler Lockett back in the mix after a quiet last couple quarters. They're at midfield. 100 seconds left. Smith.
Too easy.
Down to the 41-yard line. They're right at the cusp of Jason Myers' field goal range, looking for more. Geno Smith again outside.
I tell you what, a great job by Noah Fant, because I'm thinking, why didn't you get
Hands to the face. Call the penalty.
he comes back into the field of play and extends it about 20 yards down the field.
Geno Smith again. One time. Gets on the pocket.
Ah, shit. Clock management. I love Nick Harris at fullback. Jonathan Noel with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you.
Put that ball up high. You know, you cannot put it where he put it right here. It's got to be up a little bit higher. And I don't even know if you make that throw against Denzel Ward. You know, maybe somebody else out there. That guy is too savvy, even with his back turned to the ball.
Come on, Miles. Strip sack season.
Cleveland's got a couple timeouts left. Seattle does too, but this is a flag thrown.
Is it a flag or a timeout?
For a flag. Oh, perhaps.
Talk to me, deep guys. Do you have the timeout version?
You hear the thought process.
Was it 12 on the field?
Timeout or flag first?
12 men.
Yep.
That's why Kevin Stefanski wanted the timeout, because the substitution issue.
Timeout.
So no timeout. They'll still have 2 timeouts remaining, but 5 further yards for Seattle's offense.
Mm.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys out there.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we got 13 back there.
Yeah. So 2nd, 5, 44 seconds left. 2 timeouts apiece. Seattle's looking for the lead.
Watch something underneath. Damn.
Great job by DK Metcalf. He's a captain. He's had one big play all day today.
Defense got to do a way better job than that. I mean, like, you got to hold them to a field goal in that situation. That's on the defense. PJ can't throw the interception, obviously, but we have the higher expectation of the defense.
Of letting the player go so they can't call a hold.
A key extra point to make it a 4-point lead.
All right, 2 timeouts, 38 seconds. See if you can make something shake.
Touchdown for the rookie. Possible by the 5th-year veteran DK Metcalf.
It's going to be one-on-one with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Juan Thornhill, he gets to the outside, and there's DK Metcalf. And then at the end of that play, you know, turn him loose. Watch this. This is fantastic because you got your arms outside. All right, as soon as he goes to separate, let him go. Don't let the official see that jersey or that tug.
That's good job by DK.
Just let go in time, Metcalf. I think even he was kind of looking at the official to see if there was going to be a call. Is he reaching? As he saw Smith and Jigba race to the end zone to give Geno Smith a moment of redemption after a brutally frustrating 2.5 quarters of football offensively. Seattle with a 24-20 lead. They've been shut out since the first quarter. Still 2 timeouts for Cleveland. The extra point was key because now you need a touchdown for the Browns offense. And P.J. Walker will have an opportunity.
At 2 timeouts, 38. Let it go.
To the 25 will come the Cleveland offense. Huge doubleheader next week on Fox. Our crew is headed to Lambeau Field. Rams and Packers will limp in for that contest, and it's all going to lead you up to one of the biggest games of the season on the NFC East. Both Cowboys and Eagles were winners today. They're battling at the top of the division. 7-1 Eagles, 5-2 Cowboys next Sunday on Fox. Deshaun Watson dealing with the shoulder injury.
The rest missed a lot of holding down the stretch, but you still could have stopped him. Yeah, absolutely. You got a one-on-one look here with Coop. Watch it. It's probably a trap.
Trying to do get Walker downfield. Reed Woolen was probably the closest player to it as Cooper was trying to come back, and Draymond Jones put a lick on P.J. Walker as he delivered.
He's just been outstanding with courage in the pocket today, but this throw, I don't know how Reed Woolen missed this one. He stands in there, makes the throw, knows he's going to take the big hit.
2nd and 10, 33 seconds remaining. Walker down the middle, incomplete. Both Donovan Peoples-Jones and Elijah Moore in the area.
All right, 2 more. Just relax.
Down the stretch, Jamal Adams had been quiet all day. Off his helmet into the hands of Julian Love for his first Seattle Seahawks pick. The block by Metcalf to open it up for Jackson Smith and Jigba. And after 2.5 quarters of being shut out, the Seahawks get in to take the lead. 36.
You can't run screens all game, Miranda Hall. It's a tough one on the road, man.
Yeah. He's going to have an expanded role the rest of the year with Uchenna Nwosu out and get off to a great start in his first game.
Nothing.
Just stays with it. You know, get upfield, where's the quarterback?
Yeah, just
underneath, and you're going to be unable to pass that game.
just a tough axe there out of P.J. Walker. Jack's going to go back to his 3rd or 4th read. That's a tough axe. Relax.
The game decided on this play potentially. The line to gain is the 35. Walker flushed. It's got a long way to go. Throws past the sticks. It's in pick. Witherspoon, the rookie with the cut.
Hey, man. Tough fight on the road. You lost to a team that you thought you would lose to. Ended up going the way it went. Oh God, people are going to be on the get rid of PJ Walker. I thought PJ played well, like given the circumstances. Yeah.
PJ Walker.
It's a tough ask.
You played a really good game. You hung in that pocket. You made some tough throws. He was on the cusp of doing something that no quarterback has ever done before in the history of the NFL, which is in your first 3 starts, have fourth quarter comebacks in 3 consecutive starts.
Couple of throws away, but the Seahawks defense comes up big.
Tough ask. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at chat. Chat's always overreacting. I mean, it's a road loss. You're 4-3 still, so you got time. If you win next week against the Cardinals, which you should be able to do no matter who's on quarterback. I don't think that loss is on anybody. Like, sometimes a loss is just a loss. You just lost a close game at home. You know, sometimes the ball don't bounce your way. Jamal Adams gets the most ridiculous, like he popped the ball off with his helmet. Like, I ain't never seen that before. That turns into an interception on 3rd down, and then your defense doesn't hold up on the back end. Like, sometimes you just lose a game. It ain't got to blame nobody. Just sometimes you lose a game on the road. Browns lose a game on the road there. That's it. You always want to put the loss on somebody. That's the issue with how you guys want to talk about sports, is that it always has. It can't never be that shit just happens, right? It's always got to be somebody's fault. You always got to have some kind of hot fired for every loss, and that's just not the case. It's not how this shit actually works. It's so reactionary. It's overreactionary. The team's 4-3. Look, it was a tough ask to win this game in Seattle. They fought hard. They didn't get the win. Okay. Come back next week. You beat the Cardinals, and you feel good about how you can sit for the rest of the season, because I still think you could beat Pittsburgh, regardless of who's at quarterback at home. And Baltimore on the road, that's going to be another tough one, right? You hope that you come in, you play well, you give yourself a chance to win in the 4th quarter. That's what you hope for every game. Sometimes it'll go your way, sometimes it doesn't. This is a week where it didn't go your way. There's really nothing to overreact about. We didn't have them in the damn bag. We had a 3-point lead. That's not having them in the damn bag. That's a 3-point lead, and the ball was on the fucking 30. You didn't have anybody in the bag. You had a chance to kind of let this game run out, but 3rd and 3 has been a problem spot for you. So, you know, again, everybody wants to have the hot take and be angry at somebody. It's just a loss. You lost the game, man. Like, this isn't an overall reconstruction of what you think of the Cleveland Browns organization, because they lost the road game with the backup quarterback to the Seattle Seahawks, who are also good. Like, I swear, we react to every game like the Browns lost to App State whenever they lose. We really do. You could call it excuse making. You could call it really whatever you want. I'm being realistic with you. Y'all want to make, well, it's not y'all. Some of y'all want to make knee-jerk hot take reactions because that's what you're used to seeing. But that's just not reality. Because when you make those knee-jerk hot take reactions, you usually look like an idiot in like 2 or 3 weeks, because that's how that usually goes. They fought. Defense just needs to be better in the 4th. Yeah, I mean, like, they were good in the 4th. They just need to be better in that one possession. And look, PJ's got to not turn the ball over as much. I don't. All right, we are live here, post-game show for the Cleveland Browns versus the Seattle Seahawks. A close loss from this Cleveland Browns team versus the Seattle Seahawks. Two tough teams came in to battle this week, and I thought that it was just a tough battle between both. Jamal Adams batted the ball with his helmet, and now PJ fought around. Oh, yeah, look, I understand people are always going to want their hot takes. People are always going to have stuff to say about a loss because we feel like with every loss, we got to rewrite the book on who's good, who's not, who's bad, who's not. Fact is that sometimes you play a tough game and you lose a tough game. I think this is one of those losses that doesn't really say much other than a loss, right? There are some losses that say a lot about a team. There are some wins that say a lot about a team, but not every win and loss says a ton, right? You lose a game by like 40 points, that could say a ton, that could say not much. I think this one was just, hey, this is a game that got close. They made a couple gambles on third down that didn't pay off. They kind of wanted to spread them out and throw it on 3rd and 3 instead of running it, which I'm fine with. That's a fine idea. Most teams do it. You just didn't execute out of it as much as you wanted to. And then you paid for the lack of execution there. I look at a couple of drives here, a couple of moments where the Browns could have gotten points, but just didn't move the ball that little bit far enough to get there. And that was the difference in the game. It was a close game. I think both teams played well. Both teams also made mistakes. You could write the book with all of the mistakes that the Seattle Seahawks were making in the fourth quarter of this game. And the Browns made some mistakes back in the fourth quarter. It's just the nature of the beast. And that's the nature of this game. Defensively, look, the first quarter was not great for the defense. The first quarter was not great for the defense. I thought that first quarter was pretty bad look. I mean, they were getting beat by pretty basic stuff. Why would they run that on 3rd and 3? I think running the ball on 3rd and 3 is a death sentence. I don't think it converts as much as people think. And I think that like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, yeah, that makes a difference. You can run it there, but that 3rd and 3, you got to throw it there most times that you want to. I know some people would like to run the ball out of there, but it's not the home run, just run it that I think people think it is. But yeah. I thought that, even PJ played well for most of this game. Thought he stood in there, made some tough throws. Why are we not featuring Njoku? Njoku was featured heavily in this game. Like, let me look that up. Let me make sure I'm not tripping, but I'm pretty sure he had close to like 100 yards in this game. And again, I urge people, because I understand we live in a reactionary world where every game is a referendum on everything that's ever been written. I understand. But that's not the reality of how things work. Sometimes you lose a game, you just lose a game. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Yeah. So it is what it is. Yeah, Njoku, 4 receptions, 8 targets, 77 yards. They featured him. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was just a game that didn't go your way on the road. You've had a couple that went your way. You've had a couple that haven't gone your way, right? You look at the season, there's really been one game that has gotten out of hand. That was the Baltimore game. And that's the only game that's gotten out of hand. You look at every other game, first game of the year, they beat Cincinnati down. They beat Tennessee down. So outside those 3 games, Pittsburgh, close game, doesn't go your way, you get a fumble. Everybody had all of these like changes that they felt like needed to be made and people who needed to be fired. The next week, you beat the Tennessee Titans by like 30. Turned out it was just a loss. It wasn't this big referendum, right? It was just a close game that the ball didn't bounce your way. Okay. Then you beat Tennessee and everybody's making it a referendum on the other end. Oh, the Browns are back. We about to beat down Baltimore. We about to do this and that. And then Baltimore kicks our ass. And then everybody wants to make a referendum on the season after the Baltimore game. In the other direction, oh my God, the season's done, Quincy. We got nothing. Hey, it's the 49ers coming up. We can't win. Then we play the 49ers. We beat the 49ers. We start making referendums in one direction again. And then we play a close game against the Colts. And then we start thinking we a team of destiny, that we can't lose. And then we lose a game. And then we trying to make referendums in what it's one game. They're 4-3. Every loss is not a referendum on the season. The same way that every victory is not a referendum on the season. This is a team with a good defense and an offense that struggles to find consistency and turns the ball over. That means they can beat anybody and they can lose to anybody. And this week was an example of that. They could have beat Seattle, but they turned the ball over 3 times, so they didn't beat Seattle. Now, you can argue if all of those turnovers were strictly just PJ Walker based, or were they just you got bad luck? I don't know. But we got to stop making entire referendums in offering up these wild solutions. We got to fire a culture. Get rid of this guy or get rid of that guy after one freaking game. Y'all would have had San Francisco in the Super Bowl and Cincinnati that had the first pick at the end of September. Now Cincinnati done won 3 games in a row, and the 49ers done lost 3 games in a row. Let the season play out. That's all I'm saying. Like, can we get to December before we're talking about all of this other stuff? Can the team get under 500 before we're talking about all of this stuff? I understand there were some play calls you may have not wanted to call yourself, but get this, you're expecting a coach to call every play that's in your head. That's ridiculous. The play calls on 3rd and 3, I don't know if they were good or not. I don't know if they were there or not. I would have to look at the all 22 to make a definitive judgment on that. But what I do know is that the concept of passing on 3rd and 3 is a sound concept. It's done around the league. Most teams are passing on 3rd and 3. That is considered a passing down. You don't necessarily run the ball on 3rd and 3 unless you're planning to go for it. The Browns had the ball in minus territory at the 30-yard line. They're not going to run the ball there on 3rd and 3 because they're not going for it on their own 30. Unfortunately, Jamal Adams makes a great play. It gets intercepted. Shit happens in football, y'all. And that's what happened today. Shit happened to the Browns. For the last 2 weeks, shit done happened to other teams, and we done roll with it. This week, shit happened to us. We got to roll with it. That's it. That's it. It's really no reason to be freaking out one way or the other. It really isn't. You know, if we can understand that shit was bouncing our way for 2 weeks, we can understand that, hey, this time it didn't bounce our way. Tough game. Would have loved to have it. If you would have won this game, you would have been at 5-3 with the chance to go at 6-3. You would have had all kind of time to figure out this Deshaun Watson stuff. Now you got to win versus Arizona, and you got to win versus either Baltimore or Pittsburgh. It's a little bit of a tougher road now, but it's still a manageable road. I understand we all want to win. I understand they had the lead in the game. This is the crappiest take I've heard on the Browns in a while. Okay, because I'm not saying fire everybody, right? Y'all want me to come on here and say fire the coach because he threw the ball on 3rd and 3. Y'all want me to say everything that y'all want me to say. Y'all want to say, right? That's what y'all want me to say, is come on here and just say the basic shit that people are tweeting. Like, it is what it is. That's the flow of things. It is what it is. You had shit bounce your way the last couple of weeks. We weren't complaining about it then. We were celebrating it. Shit didn't bounce your way this week. It is what it is. Got to take the ebbs and flows. You can't want to fire everybody because the ball didn't bounce your way 1 week. That's how this franchise has ended up in the dirt for 20 years. It's because they always want to fire somebody the second things don't bounce their way. They always want to get rid of everybody the second things don't bounce your way. The second somebody makes a play, it can't be, oh, just didn't go right. Let's re-rack, try to win next week. No, we got to fire everybody. That's why this franchise has been a dumpster fire, a laughing stock, is because this tendency. That's it. If you want to look at it, look at all the other teams in the division. When stuff doesn't go their way, they don't fire Mike Tomlin. They don't fire the Cincinnati Bengals head coach, whoever it is, when things don't bounce their way. They don't fire the Ravens head coach, John Harbaugh, when things don't bounce their way. They just accept it and try to win the next week. You don't got to make these knee-jerk reaction decisions. You don't got to make these knee-jerk moves. You don't got to panic trade for somebody, because that's the stuff that losing teams done. And that's the stuff that this franchise has done for 20 plus years. And we know what that leads to. Garbage. It don't lead to over 500 football. It leads to garbage. So if you want me to come in here and tell you how everybody needs to be fired and how everybody needs to do this and how, oh, everybody could have told you they could have. No, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to sit here and lie like I don't know better. I'm not. There are people willing to lie to you, act like they don't know better. There are plenty of people willing to do that. But I could tell you're trashing Madden. You're bringing up Madden in a real football conversation, Bobby. And you think you have the upper hand. That's silly. That's silly. No, not fire him. This is from Kmart. No, not fire him at the play calling was a direct result of our loss. Well, you can argue that they put up a bunch of these points because of the play calling. Like, what do you think about that? Because a lot of the plays that they scored on were schemed up. Screenplays, like a lot of this was Kevin calling good plays. Some of it was Kevin not calling great plays. But you can't just ignore the good and say that the good would have been there regardless. Only the bad would have happened with Kevin, right? Like, you got to evaluate the whole piece of it. But that's my point. I'm not saying that things couldn't have gone differently, that you couldn't have won this game, or that it was impossible to win this game. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you put yourself in position to win this football game in the fourth quarter. It shit just didn't go your way. Defense needs to be better in that situation. They had, an opportunity to at least force Chiefs first lost to Broncos and fire Andy Reid. Yeah, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, so in the fourth quarter, defensively, you would have loved for somebody to step up, make a play there, force them to at least try to kick a field goal. Like, them scoring in that situation, not great, right? That wasn't a result of things not going your way. The interception, that's just tough. Like, Jamal Adams headbutting the interception, I ain't never seen that shit before. Like, that's just tough, right? Did PJ Walker play good? He was full-time starter, no, but if he's a backup, yeah, I think PJ played like PJ. Like, I think PJ gave you the game that you kind of expected that PJ would give you. You would love it if he turned the ball over less, and maybe that's what people want, is them to not have him have this, to make this many decisions. But he played the game that PJ's used to playing. Like, he's going to give you a couple throws here. He's going to make a couple plays here and there, but he's also going to make some mistakes. And that's what PJ did in this week. And I just don't get, like, some people are saying, like, they hate how conservative the offense is, but then they want us to run more. I just don't know where we want to land on this offense. And, like, again, like, if you want to blame anything, I guess you could blame the defense, because they're the ones that you kind of expect more of in this situation. This offense overperformed, in my opinion. Like, the turnovers you don't want, but they overperformed. Like, nobody thought PJ was going to throw for 248 in this game. Nobody thought that you would run for 155 in this game. Like, offense overperformed. I think the defense needs to do a better job of closing in that situation. And in that last drive, I mean, they just got carved. They gave up some easy throws there. They even get pressure on Geno Smith at any point during that drive, and then they got scored on with a real basic screenplay. Like, that's what I don't love about how that fourth quarter ended, was the fact that we didn't even get a chance to play overtime because the defense just got buttered. Like, they got buttered. Like, the offense, I think if you came into this game thinking the offense was going to play better than that, I don't think there's very many people who thought that. I don't think there's very many people who thought that the offense was going to come in playing better. I thought the offense played better than we expected. Defense, on the other hand, like, I think it was a disappointment by this defense. And I don't know why people are so quick to jump on like the criticism of the offense when PJ Walker's out there throwing the ball. They're running the ball between like Kareem Hunt, Pierre Strong, and Jerome Ford. Like, we know that the offense is playing shorthanded, but this defense is pretty much healthy. But yet none of the criticism, none of the ire is pointed in that direction. It's almost as if people come in here wanting to fire the coach. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Like, we just going to look at that defense giving up 60 yards in less than a minute to Geno Smith and not say nothing about it, letting Jackson Smith and Jigba score on a screenplay? We're not going to talk about that at all? Y'all don't want to talk about that? Chat don't want to bring that up? It's all about PJ Walker and Deshaun Watson somehow. Like, we're not even talking about the defense. We're talking about what they did on 3rd and 3. Well, what did they do after 3rd and 3? Because it's not like the Browns don't play after that 3rd and 3. What did they have to do after that? They gave up 17 points in the quarter, and then they gave up a touchdown in a situation where you absolutely need to force a field goal. Also, what's up with him? What's up with not Joe Woods. What's up with Jim Schwartz calling a zone call in that last half of the game when you knew that they were going to go to short stuff? Nobody wants to make that criticism. We're all wanting to fire Kevin Stefanski, though. Is that where we're at? Did you just come into that game with that opinion? And now you got an excuse to run off with it. So you're running off with the excuse to say you want to fire a coach. Like, did the game actually make you think the coach needs to be fired? Or did you think the coach needed to be fired beforehand for your own reason and used anything that you can find to complain about the head coach? Because to me, I'm like, the thing that bugged me about the game was how it ended and the fact that you couldn't even force a field goal. This is supposed to be the best defense in the NFL. I expect a field goal to be forced in that situation. But we talking about 3rd and 3. We're not talking about nothing else in that game, right? It's only about 3rd and 3. It's not about forcing a field goal. It's not about the side of the ball that you expect more of showing up in the fourth quarter. No, it's not about that, right? None of that. We talking about play calling. We talking about them not getting more offense out of PJ freaking Walker. We talking about them not giving the ball to Pierre Strong. Like, any of you knew who Pierre Strong was 3 weeks ago. That's what we're talking about. We are complaining about that unit not performing. As if it's not obvious why that performance was not great. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, the other side of the ball has legitimate all-pro players. They didn't do a thing at the end of that game. We're not talking about that. Jim Schwartz supposed to be the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. Didn't do a thing at the end of that game. Nobody's saying fire Jim Schwartz. And for good reason. But we knee-jerk city on the offense. Do you not see what you're doing here? Would AVP have called a run? AVP is calling the same shit Kevin running. They are one and the same. This is not about the offense. Honestly, it's not even as much about the defense. It's just the game that you lost. That's it. It's just the game that you lost. Why did you lose it? You had some bad breaks. Defense Defense collapsed in the second half at the absolute worst moment, and you lost the game. It's tough. Shit happens. Teams lose games like that all the time. The Chiefs just lost to the freaking Denver Broncos. If you want a reason to know that shit happens, the Chiefs lost to the Denver Broncos. Shit happens in the NFL season. Would you love to win every game that you have a chance to win? Yes. Obviously, yes. But all you hope for in this situation where you have a backup quarterback is that the team, the offense, does enough to keep you in the game in the fourth quarter. And whether you like it or not, the offense did enough to keep the team in the game in the fourth quarter. The defense could not maintain that, and the defense holds the burden of expectation because that's the unit that we expect to hold it down. They did not show up. That's cool. I still believe in the defense, but that's who did not show up today if you're looking for a culprit. There you go. There you go. Why are we making excuses for the defense but not the offense, right? People are saying I'm making excuses. What about the defense? You guys are making excuses for the defense. What about that? We lost our lockdown DB. Denzel Ward was out there. Martin Emerson was out there. Like, what are you talking about? We lost our lockdown DB. Again, excuses for the defense. No slack for the offense. Running out there with backup running backs, backup quarterbacks, backup right tackle. No slack for the offense. We got no slide for them. But boy, oh boy, we got excuses on excuses for the defense this week. Do you not see what's going on here? Now we complain about Deshaun Watson, right? Dude didn't even play in the game. We complain about Deshaun Watson. Why not, right? Complain about Deshaun Watson. Complain about Kevin Stefanski. Complain about whatever the hell it was that you wanted to complain about when the game fucking started. But don't complain about what actually happened in the game. This drives me crazy with this fan base. It does. It drives me absolutely crazy with this fan. This fan base wants to talk about their agendas nonstop. I want Kevin fired. I want AVP to be the offensive coordinator. I want Deshaun to be good. I want Deshaun to be bad. Can we want the team to win? Like, it's not good enough when the team wins. We got to make sure that the team wins in the specific way that some fans want the freaking team to win. We got nothing but agendas in this fan base. We can't even celebrate a win. Because when we get a win, people want to talk about, oh, well, it didn't happen how I like it. Browns would have got that win in Seattle. People would have been complaining. We still need to trade for a quarterback. We still need it. We would have found a way to complain. This team finds a way to stay in games. We find a way to complain. It's incredible. It's incredible. They did a great job battling back into that game, getting back, because it looked like an ass whipping at the beginning. That looked like a ass whipping in the first quarter. I thought it, you thought it, we all thought it. We thought that game was an ass whipping in the first quarter. They battled back, and the fact that we felt like they had a legitimate chance to win that game or to ice that game is a credit to the effort that they showed on the field. Unfortunately, defense collapsed at the wrong time. Offense collapsed at the wrong time. Happens on the road. Toughest place to play literally in the NFL. You have a backup quarterback. Okay, it is what it is. You lost that game. I don't see how we can be so devastated by this loss. Now, you could disagree with how they got there. And I'm not saying, oh, the Browns, like, you think they should have ran the ball on 3rd and 3. That's ridiculous. Nah, I wouldn't have. But, yeah, I understand why you think that. Like, it's a fair enough take to have. But to be doom and gloom about it is crazy. That's my point. What do we do next? We regroup and try to beat the... So somebody asked what? The IRIC says, what do the Browns do next? You regroup, You try to beat the Cardinals. If you beat the Cardinals, you get to what? 5-4? No, 5-3. You get to 5-3. My bad. Then you have a real tough game against the Ravens at M&T Bank. Probably not winning that one, right? So you're going to drop the 5-4. And then you play Pittsburgh at home. That's going to be a tough game, but you want to come out that with the win. You come out of here after that Pittsburgh game at 6-4. You play the Denver Broncos. That's 4 more weeks for Deshaun Watson to rest. You see where he's at. If he can play, you put him in. If he cannot, you find a way to maintain. And then for the rest of the season, let's look at the schedule, right? Let's look at the big picture. I keep preaching about the big picture. Let's look at the big picture. That's fair enough. Fair enough take. So you're 4-3 right now. You play Arizona next week. You do everything you can to line up this week and win against Arizona, and you try to get to 5-3. You get to 5-3, you're at Baltimore. Let's be real. Baltimore playing their best football right now. We probably not going to have Deshaun Watson. It's at Baltimore. That's probably not going to happen for us, right? So 5-4. You play Pittsburgh at home. You've been pretty good against Pittsburgh at home. Even with your backup quarterbacks, you've beaten Pittsburgh at home. They're a team that you could beat. You try to win that game, and you get to 6-4, and you're sitting really nice for the rest of the year because you play Denver, you play the Rams, Jacksonville, Chicago, Houston, New York for the rest of the season. And you have a path to get to 10 wins. 10 wins will get you into the playoffs. Long season. It's a long season is my point. You have a lot of football left to be played here. Browns lose this week. Okay, it's a tough loss, but you get Arizona at home next week. You get a chance to get to 5-3. If you get to 5-3, that sets you up to only have to go 1-1 through these next 2 divisional games. If you can get one of those divisional games, you're set up for the rest of the year. The rest of the year, you'll be playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. And of those 7 games, I would say 6 are very winnable. Well, no, 5 are very winnable. 2 are tough, but definitely winnable. And you have to win 4 of those. So you're set up in a good position to be in success. Ray Rag says, do we know who Kansas City, KC, the Bills, the Chargers backup QB is? Right or wrong? Thought they had a franchise quarterback. If you have your one backup, you're probably irrelevant. Again, I don't know what people want out the back. There's not even 32 good starting quarterbacks. So like your backup's gonna be your backup. Like PJ Walker's about as good as you can expect out of a backup quarterback. What's the saying with the backup quarterback? Best case scenario, you have a backup quarterback you can win a start with. He's won 2. So like PJ Walker's fine. I don't like them running empty on 3rd and short. You're just telegraphing a pass, making it easier to defend. I can see why they would want to run empty there because it spreads them out and it gives you a little bit easier passing lanes for PJ to throw into. And since PJ's short, you want to think about those things. I would say like at least on one of those 3rd and 3s, they probably should have went for a run. I would say the ones in plus territory, right? Where you have the opportunity to go for it. If you are not successful, I would have liked to see that at least once. But that last 3rd and 3 is tough because you're in your own territory. So you can't go for it if you don't get the run. So it's a tough one. It's a tough call there. I understand why they would throw it. I don't think it's like a super egregious play call, if I'm being honest with you. I wouldn't say that if they would have won it or lost it. Like, it's just not a super egregious play call. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough game. You're playing a tough opponent. This is a team that's going to be in first place in their division on the road. Took it to the 4th quarter, and, you know, they ended up getting the luck of the bounce this week. Now, you got to focus if you're the Browns on what's coming ahead against Arizona. Try to make sure that you win a game that people expect you to win at home. You win that game, you set yourself up to, you know, play Baltimore and Pittsburgh. You can win one of those 2 games. You get to 6 wins, and then You're playing Denver. You feel like you can win that game. Los Angeles will be tough, but that's a winnable game. Jacksonville is tough, but you have them at home. That's a winnable game. Chicago is a winnable game. Houston at Houston, tough, but a winnable game. The New York Jets on Thursday Night Football at home. It's a winnable game. And at Cincinnati, we'll see how they're playing. We'll see who's starting for Cincinnati at that point. But we know that Cincinnati's never not a winnable game for this Cleveland Browns team as long as Kevin has been the coach of this game, the coach of this team. So, yeah, somebody said, Arnold said it was a fluke play anyway. He jumped into the ball, not like you can expect that to happen. I would agree with that. I think it's a tough play. It was tough, man. Like, to be honest with you, it's a tough loss, and nobody wants to hear it after a tough loss, or nobody loves to hear after a tough loss. Kind of is what it is, but that's the reality of it. You know what I mean? Everybody wants something to blame, something to feel like if I could go back in time and change that would change the whole result. But yeah, sometimes it just don't go your way. Like, and you just have to learn to accept it. Move on to the next week. Try to beat the opponent. Try to make the circumstances better. Good thing is that you were 4-2 coming into that game. So losing this game, not the biggest deal in the world. You only dropped to 4-3. You're still in a good spot. Pittsburgh lost, so you don't really change division position. And even if you did, you would still only be in second place. And again, like whatever your division position is in October, really irrelevant because the season doesn't end until January. So, you know, you're fine. You have an opportunity this next week to play a team that you should beat. And I think now, you know, tough that we didn't get that win, but now you got to focus on what's up ahead. And what's up ahead is a good opportunity for this Browns team, whether it's PJ Walker, whether it's Deshaun Watson, whoever is playing quarterback, who cares? That's a good opportunity for this team to get a win, get to 5-3, and then we'll try to split one of these division games. Or you could take them both. You take them both, we living in a dream world. I don't think we beating Baltimore with PJ Walker. I'm going to be honest. But you can beat Pittsburgh at home with PJ Walker. So hopefully the defense figures out some things too, because they've been getting scored on a little bit easy for my taste. And I think we're out of, they played a bad game territory and into this defense definitely has some flaws that teams are starting to take advantage of on a regular basis. So that's also something that you got to figure out, but nothing that is so concerning that I think the season's just absolutely cooked because of. But that's it for Bleacher Report. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. It is crazy, though. I didn't get one message in that chat, on the Bleacher Report chat, anything about the defense. Like, it was all Kevin Stefanski hate. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. Like, I understand if you're mad at Kevin, but dog, other shit went wrong in that game. Like, we can't act like other shit didn't go wrong, right? Am I tripping? I guess I'm tripping, chat. But like a lot of other shit other than the offense went wrong. And we keeping it a buck. Our hope for this week was that the offense kept them in the game long enough for the defense to take over, and the defense never took over. Like, that's what happened. The defense just never took over like you wanted them to. All right, let me catch up to these super chats. I bet some of them wasn't nice to me. Y'all be mad after a loss. I swear y'all be mad. Y'all be mad at me like I coached the team. But I understand. Y'all ain't got nobody to be mad at other than me. Well, not that. Y'all ain't got nobody to talk to right now or to vent your frustrations to. So I'm the guy. So I understand. I appreciate y'all being here. All right. Where was I at with these chats? Why did Kevin drop the screen game that got us all our points from Arendal? I just don't think you can run screens all game. This is not a sustainable strategy. I said that in the first quarter. It's really good like early in the game, but if you keep running screens, like you're just going to get blown up and blitzed and in long situations. So I actually don't mind that they dropped the screens when they dropped them because it was working offensively. I mean, they got into plus territory like multiple times without those screens. So I don't mind they dropped them when they dropped them. Okay, they fought defense just needs to be better in the fourth from Turber left. Thank you. Jamal Adams jumped, batted the ball with his helmet. How is that PJ's fault? Browns fans are the most fickle in the NFL, I swear. I think we're just, I think it's just this, if you felt more confident about the health of your quarterback, I feel like a lot of people would be calm. Or the level of play from quarterback, I think a lot more people would be calm. But I think a lot of people are hopped up right now. The Chosen One says, what will it take for DTR to come in? PJ is horrible at going through progressions. He forces a lot. A lot of that might be them trying to keep it simple for PJ, right? A lot of it might be them not wanting PJ to get to that third read because he does hold on to the ball sometimes. And he's not the biggest guy in the world. If he gets hit, he does fumble. So they just want PJ to be quick, and they'll rather him be decisive than read the whole field. And honestly, if DTR comes in, that's not really going to change. And if it was Jacoby Brissett, it'd be the same thing. We saw this with Jacoby Brissett all the time last year. Chris Gustafaro says, why didn't they run the ball on 3rd and 3? On that last 3rd and 3, you're in minus territory on the 30. You don't got an opportunity to go for it if you only get 2 yards on the run. And 3 yards is a lot to get on a running third down. It's just a lot. Mark says, why not keep featuring Njoku? I think we went through that. Why is it stopping? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I think we went through it. They do feature Njoku, or they did feature Njoku a fair bit in this game. So, you know. I think that's just the nature of featuring Njoku. You can't just force it to him every play. Let's see. All right. They clown Q who don't get no cat trolling from their mama basement interaction. Most interaction they get all week. No need to be mean about it, but I appreciate the super chat and the defense do it for Chubb. People just mad. They need to be mad. They want to be mad at me. They want to be mad at somebody. They want to be mad at Kevin. People just mad the team didn't win. I understand. It was minutes after it. But yeah, you know, I think some of that anger could be more well placed throughout the entirety of the effort, and also with some understanding that you're just not going to get every break. Arendal says, you know me, Q. I've been here, not a hot take, but I feel like I can't completely be abandoning the screen game in the second half. Why did we stop? Got us all points. You notice that? Yeah, again, you can't keep going screen, because if you do that, defenses are going to start keying in on that. And if they start like the screen game depends on an element of surprise. Once you've ran like 8 screens like you did in the first half, the screen doesn't have that same element of surprise to it, unless you're running like quick screens like the Seahawks were. But yeah, I mean, if you ask Kevin, maybe he feels like he could have ran more screens in that game. Maybe he just wanted to take more short bets and run the ball and try to throw it on 3rd and 3, and it just didn't work out. You know, it's a tough call. Could have gone either way. I think, you know, there's a world where you run it that same exact way Kevin ran it and you win the game. AJ on the beat says, if you run the ball, at least get close. If you don't, at least more room to punt. So fire the coach. Too many excuses for him. Again, if I would have said this team would have been 4-3, given everything that happened, you would be thrilled, AJ. You would be thrilled in the offseason. But now that it's happening, you want to fire it. No. And again, they're not firing the coach in the middle of the season, especially when they're 4-3. It doesn't make any sense. There's other things to blame. You could blame the defense on this, honestly, more than you can blame the offense. Chiefs lost to the Broncos. Fire Andy Reid, says Sly. Ray Rag says, did PJ Walker play good? Full-time starter? No, but he's a backup QB who had him in position to win 3 straight games. What more do you want from a backup that's not a starter? He's 2-1 for a reason. As a starter, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, like, again, that's kind of what we wanted from the offense this week, is just an opportunity to stay in the game. And they did that, especially when the defense messed up early in that game, gave up 17 points. I just find it hard to be very upset at the offense this week, when they did the most of their day, they were trying to cover up from what the defense did in the first quarter. A lot of this day, they were trying to recover from that 17 points that the defense gave up. They finally get back there, even get a lead, and then they can't execute at the same level. It's tough. But nobody felt like 20 points wouldn't have been enough to win this game. Did they get? Yeah, they got 20. Nobody felt like 20 points wouldn't have been enough to win this game before it started. So if they got 24, we know that the defense just didn't show up like we wanted them to. That's the truth of it. We all felt like 20 points was enough to win this game. We thought that this was going to be a low-scoring game. Defense was going to control. The first team to get to 20 was going to win. You got the 20. You were the first to get to 20. Defense didn't hold. You lose. Hey, we know what's up. The defense is supposed to hold a higher burden because they're the better unit. And they just didn't show up in the way that you wanted to. That's tough. But I expect them to make some adjustments, come back, play better football these next couple of weeks, and continue to get the Browns chances to win when the offense doesn't show up in the way that you want it to. So, it's a tough loss, but I think they'll be better next week. Big Daddy Dub says, these dudes fools. Q, offense works. QB is bad. It is what it is, And honestly, like PJ did as much as you wanted PJ to do. It just is what it is. Bad break. He has a ball float on him to David Njoku that looked like it would have been completed for that first down, but it floats over David Njoku, goes into the hands of the defender. It's tough. PJ's got to get that shit down. Like, it is what it is. And then that throw there, he tries to get it out. It gets hit in the head by Jamal Adams, and it gets picked off. It's a tough break. Tough break. Liam Harris says, make chicken shit into chicken salad. Makes one mistake at the end of the game, gets crucified. If the team can make mistakes all game, why can't he? Unreal. Yeah, and I like it's especially crazy to put that out there, like to hold the offense to this, given what they're playing with, in my opinion. And also, when we know that the defense was messing up way more early in this game. Now, we're not about to be disrespectful to G. Bush. That's still my guy, even though we have different approaches at times. Oh, my goodness says, if anybody thinks that Jacoby or Josh would have played better, you're insane. They need to take a... Now, I don't think it mattered if Jacoby Brissett or Josh Dobbs is in there. I really don't think it matters. You still got a backup in there. That's what matters, right? What matters right now isn't that Jacoby Brissett's in the game. It's that you have a backup quarterback in the game. It's the situation, not the person. SG says, people talk about Kevin Stefanski, just ignorant man considering circumstances. It was impressive to have a lead with a chance to win. Yeah, you felt like 20 points should have been enough. You really did. 20 points offensively, you felt like it should have been enough. Defense continues to not tackle well, to be honest. Like, it's just poor tackling, getting beat on basic screens. I'm pretty sure Jim Schwartz ain't gonna make no excuses for his unit, and that's why he's a good coach. But that last drive wasn't great by that defense. It was a piss poor effort by them. Just not what you need. Nobody made a single play and did a single thing about Geno Smith going down the field. And that was real disappointing because I was thinking no shot that this game doesn't at least get tied at the end of it. Like, I thought that was worst case scenario, and they gave up a touchdown with 40 seconds left. Like, that's stuff that we would expect from when Joe Woods was running this defense, not when Jim Schwartz is. Jim Schwartz, this defense, we're talking about them being like the Baltimore Ravens caliber in 2000. Like, we talking about them being historic. You got to hold them to a damn field goal. At the very least, you hold them to a field goal and get this game to overtime, not just let them dice you to get up the field and score on a simple screen. They didn't even run anything that way. They just ran a screen on you and got you got numbers on you and beat you that way. So it's tough. People need to chill out. 4-3, adjust, move on. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Ray Rag says people mad at the front office because of QB room, but if Watson didn't get hurt, we wouldn't be playing a backup QB. Again, Ray Rags, I would agree. It's the situation that people are frustrated with. I think making a big deal out of specifically who the backups are isn't that important. Again, PJ Walker as a backup been good enough to win you 2 games, so can't really complain when he loses you one. Like, the expectation for a backup isn't to win you 3 straight on the road, back to back. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy expectation for a backup quarterback. Ray Rag says, do we even know who the KC Bills Charger backup quarterback is? Right or wrong, the Browns thought they had a franchise quarterback. Yeah, I mean, again, and PJ Walker's been a fine backup. I think PJ Walker's been what you want a backup quarterback to be. I think there are always delusions of grandeur when it comes to backup quarterbacks, that we just think that these backups are going to be better than the starters, or that they should be better than the starters. But for a backup, you've gotten what you wanted out of the backup quarterback position. You've gotten a couple wins. You've kept the season afloat through a quarterback injury, and that's really what you expect out of a quarterback injury. Out of a backup quarterback. All right, Corey Johnson says, I don't like running the ball out of empty, just telegraphing the pass. Yeah, I agree. Like, maybe run an orbit screen, try to move guys out, make them think you're about to run a jet sweep or something. They could have been more creative on 3rd and 3. I don't think they had their best calls caught up there, or maybe have something like a little jump pass to Njoku. Some level of misdirection should have been involved in that. Mitchell dropped pick 6. Hurts. I know he's a rook, but damn. Yeah, it's a tough one. You want to take advantage of those opportunities on the road, just then to get a chance to take advantage of all those opportunities. The pain of this loss is good for the team. Yeah, just need to refocus and get to Arizona. We'll play Arizona at home next week. Why don't we run the ball on 3rd and 3 in Seattle for the game? It's 10 degrees Celsius. Appreciate you, Dylan. Yeah, they'll be talking about that all week. Jeff Lewis says Bengals look like they're back, and that's scary. Yeah, I never would have counted them out. Walker said the call was double slants. He was trying to stick the ball to Cooper. Yeah, it's fine play call. It's worked multiple times in the game. It's just he headbutted the fucking ball. Like, we all saw it. He headbutted the ball. I mean, didn't expect it. Ended up being a rough call for him. And tough break for a team trying to get a win on the road. But now they can focus in, try to get this win versus Seattle. They get this win versus Seattle. They're at 5-3, and they have a chance to set themselves up well for the season. Tough game against Baltimore after that. We all know that that's probably not a winnable game without Deshaun Watson. And then you have Pittsburgh, which is a game that's going to be tough. Always tough when you play the Steelers, but at home, you've been able to get the advantage on them, even with some backup quarterbacks. And they might be coming into that game with a backup quarterback as well. So winnable game there as well. But we'll see how that shakes out. Regular Dude says Browns fans come down hard when y'all lose. Damn, y'all still good. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think it just, since the team lost so much, we just get so mad because it's just like 20 years of baggage that people want to unleash. Like, that's got to be it, right? But hey, this Browns defense got to get better at red zone stuff. I mean, it's something that Jim Schwartz brought up, and it's something that continues to be a problem. So defensively, you would have loved to be tighter in some areas. Offensively, you would have loved to not turn the ball over. It's the story of the season, right? We're undefeated if we never turn the ball over, or if we have a better turnover margin, but can't seem to find a way to correct it. And that's because we don't really have consistency at the quarterback position right now. So it's tough, and this division's tough. So you're gonna have to focus back in real tough and play a scrappy Cardinals team that's not gonna go away. So that's gonna be it for today's live stream. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better